I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Idaho 529.
Talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
It doesn't matter how. It's about whatever makes you say to yourself, I am great.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Welcome to this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the Idaho High School Football Playoffs. State playoff coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program, Valleywide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, Dip Fusion Helmet Reconditioning, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Today we welcome to you live from Middleton High School, where the SugarSalem Diggers will face off against the Homedale Trojans for the 4A State Championship. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. My name's Clay Hatfield, alongside the man, the myth, the legend that is Lance Taylor. Lance, this is a familiar matchup here.
Yeah, I think you and I had a little deja vu this morning, didn't we? Waking up and seeing, geez, these two teams in here again. It's good to be back with you, Clay. You know, it's funny. We see each other's names float across the group text that we have for all the Friday night, games and stuff like that. But we don't get to call games together very often, being on different sides of the state. But it's fun to be with you today.
They pair us up on these ones about every year, it seems like,
it
with
does.
these two teams. Well, Homedale comes in as the number 2 seed in the state bracket. They're 10-1 on the season. They finished second in the SRV conference. Last week, they beat the only team that defeated them in Weiser, 27-7 to make it here. The SugarSalem Diggers, number 1 on the state bracket, 8-2. Only losses to Star Valley and Kimberly, and they avenged that Kimberly loss last week with a 27-0 victory. And just like that, we're ready to kick off.
Yeah, they had a 4-year win streak on Star Valley, who took state again this year over in Wyoming, and Star Valley would be a solid 5A here. They graduate about 100 more kids than what Sugar graduates. But on their final possession, they threw a touchdown and knocked off the Diggers this year.
And the kickoff is up, and we are underway from Middleton High School. Ball taken at the 7-yard line, coming near side, and up to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, you're going to end up seeing Matthias Lopez in on a number of those tackles. And little number 23 for SugarSalem, Jason Fleming, just 5'2", 145 pounds. You'll call his name on almost every special teams tackle that takes place. He is gritty. In fact, he's a great running back. Most schools in the state at any school size, he would be one of the most significant ball carriers they are. He just happened to play behind the great Carson Harris that graduated last year and behind Dawson McAnally this year.
So Homedale going left to right in the mind's eye, wearing their home reds with the white lettering. Man in motion to the near side. Here's the handoff up the gut to number 32, Javid Blewett. SugarSalem in their road whites with the blue numbers.
In first on the tackle for the Diggers, Kimball Tonks. Kimball, a junior, had some of you might remember his older brother playing in the state championship game a couple times, but then his senior year had a concussion, 2 concussions early in the season that kept him out. Also kept him out of basketball as they're now on the 25-yard line.
So 2nd and 7 to go here for the Trojans. Ball right in the middle of the field between the hash marks. Shotgun formation for Uranga. Man in motion to the top of the screen. Uranga rolls near side, throws out in the flat to Luke Henry. Henry across the 30. He's going to be right at the sticks. We'll see where they mark him.
Henry with a nice routine catch out there, brought down by Ace Clark. Ace Clark, of course, his father played for what was Rick's College, then the University of Houston, and then was a punter for the Oakland Raiders for a period of time.
Looks like they are going to give him the first down.
I was going to say, it looked like he got the first down.
Yeah,
maybe they're
the
just shy of it.
The marker says first. Maybe that's a mistake.
Yeah, I think the marker's the one that's off. Yeah, it's third.
So 3rd and short now. 3rd and less than a yard now for the Trojans.
We get used to the digital ones now that are that the actual changing of it is handled up in the booth.
This is old school here.
Yeah, it is. That's okay. We're old school.
Yes, we are. Uranga shotgun. 2 men in front of him. Handoff gets stacked up in the backfield. That is not going to do it. Stopped at the 30-yard line for no gain.
Yeah, first in for the Diggers, a name you'll hear a lot today. Ben Aldrich, second leading tackler on the team. And he was kind of the Jason Fleming of last year, that any time that there was a special teams play, his name tended to be called somewhere on the tackle.
Lucas Hall will be on to punt. It'll be Abe Baldwin and Dawson
McAnally
deep, and there's Baldwin. Baldwin up to nearly the 50-yard line. He's going to be tripped up at the 49. So the Diggers will have good field position on their first possession.
Baldwin comes from some good athletic stock. His father played college basketball. His uncle, Jared Lee, on his mom's side, was voted a couple years ago as one of the top 50 players to ever play at Brigham Young University.
Oh, wow.
And so he comes from a good line. His older brothers played. His oldest brother played for BYU as well.
So Jackson Gardner under center. Up the middle for a gain of about 2 yards on the play. It's number 17, Dawson McElnay. I'm going to mess that name up all night.
Dawson McAnally.
McAnally.
His father's sitting right here before us, and his father, Jace, is a good friend of mine. And I do a lot of the PA announcing for Sugar, and I have called Dawson Jace many times. So on senior night, I said, unfortunately, Dawson, your dad has had credit for about half of what you've done in your career athletically.
So McAnally. There we go. Now I got it out. Shotgun formation, handoff. This time met at the line of scrimmage. And able to maybe get a yard was McAnally.
Yeah, great defensive play by 33, Brock Walker, who got in there. He had a teammate that stood him up. And you can see there's a size difference between these two lines here. Yeah. Sugar is bigger on size. And once the teammate stood him up, in come Walker to make sure that he wasn't going to get those lean yards at the end.
And Walker will be a name we call all day here on the defensive side of the ball, as it's now 3rd and 6 to go. Ball placed in between the hashes, just on the plus side of midfield. Gardner in shotgun, trips low, deuces high, rolls to the far side. Great coverage out there by Rafa Cuenca to knock that ball away.
What a great defensive assignment, and read it the entire time. And that's one of those that if you don't knock that down, that's probably going to go for a first down. Yeah. And he takes that chance on that, gets in with that right hand and knocks it down to force the punt.
And just good job timing it not to pick up the pass interference call, as Sugar now sends their punt unit out. It'll be Dawson McAnally. Kick is up and away, headed to the far sideline, and takes a Sugar bounce. Oh, he can't get it. They had the guys down there to keep it out of the end zone. Riley Williams was right there but couldn't pick the ball up.
Yeah, Riley, one of the Williams twins, his brother Tyler is actually out with an injury for this game. He should be back for basketball. But, yeah, Riley turned left, but the ball went to his right. And by the time he turned back around, it was taking its hop into the end zone.
So 1st and 10 Trojans on their second possession of the game. Ball on the far hash. We're on the visitor side today. Below us is the entire student body of SugarSalem and their parents. So good turnout by both teams. Both these stands are filled. So Uranga in shotgun. 3 stacked beside him. Fakes the handoff, comes to Henry on the near side. Henry looking for the edge to get there, and he's going to be stopped after about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, and I think he ended up getting the first down of that, or awfully close to it. Stopped by the Diggers, number 2, Abe Baldwin, called his name on the other side of the ball. And, yeah, this is a first down.
Give him the first down.
So that's the first down for either team in this ball game. It comes via the red Homedale squad.
So 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line of Homedale.
You know, that play really made possible by the great blocking on the outside.
Yeah.
Picked up 2 of the defenders. The third was unblocked, but he couldn't come in and even get that angle until the first down was picked up.
Uranga in shotgun, man in motion to the top. The handoff goes to him, but before the play, we have a whistle.
I thought I heard some whistles from out there on the field. That's usually either a timeout or a false start.
Yep, false start against Homedale. Back them up 5 yards, make 1st and 15.
You know, as stingy as both these defenses are, penalties could play a big role in a game like this. You know, just 5 yards here and 5 yards there could really be the difference of whether, you continue to move those chains down the field. The thing we do have is we have 2 teams that are traditionally very disciplined in their attacks, and so you usually don't see a lot of those kinds of penalties. Oftentimes when teams are this good, you might see some aggression penalties, but usually not as much of those types.
The unforced errors.
Yep.
Uranga in shotgun, hands the ball off to Hall. Hall up the middle, going left side.
Hall with a great run to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, picks up 5 yards on that play. 6 yards are going to spot him.
Forced Ben Aldrich to come from a fairly extended position there as an outside linebacker to be able to, actually he came over from the defensive end and had to come and chase him down to get it as he lined up as D-end that time. So it was a great run.
So 2nd and 9 coming up with 7:42 left to go in the opening quarter play. Still zeros on the board in this 4A state championship game. Uranga shotgun, 2 receivers high. Man in motion is Hall. Uranga rolls and hits Henry. Luke Henry in the flat, which is a play that we've seen a few times today. This time it's going to only pick up a couple of yards.
Well, that time
3rd and 7.
That time Walker was able to get out and pick up the initial the initial defender. He just wasn't able to pick up the chaser that time, which was Ben Aldrich coming out. But Walker did everything he could do. He did his job, what he was put out there to do.
So 4 receivers set low, Uranga shotgun, 1 man high. As the Trojans look to the far sideline to get the audible call after the defense sets up. Luke Henry in motion to the top of the screen. Gets set there. Uranga drops back, unloads to Henry. Henry across the 50, still on his feet to the 41-yard line of SugarSalem. That's going to be a Trojan first down.
That's a great pass, and then he's able to shake off the first tackle by Kimball Tonks, who had him wrapped. But the thing that was great on that is he did everything that you're taught to do when you very first play football. When you get hit, you keep those legs moving, and good things happen.
Absolutely. He kept them churning. Big pickup, 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line of Sugar. So again, no huddle for the Trojans as the play comes in from the sideline. 2 receivers low, empty set high, 1 man in the backfield. Man in motion is largely to the low side. Now it's Chase Martell to the top. Martell cuts it back and gets the handoff, looking for some space to run. Finds some on the near side. He's going to pick up maybe 2 or 3 yards on that first down run.
Yeah, Martell had a nice cut up, was able to get past Hank Carter, who had the initial look at him, and ended up being Abe Baldwin coming in for the ankle tackle on that. But you know what? Those 3-yard chips, those 4-yard chips, those move the chains.
Yep.
And against stingy defenses like this, oftentimes, I mean, obviously they had a big play last time, but most of the time, that's going to be what you call a good play. You know, getting 3 or 4 yards on those.
And Sugar is the stingiest defense in the 4A classification, only giving up 10 points per game. Homedale right behind them at number 2 at 12. And a handoff to number 42, Cade Hall. Hall picks up maybe a yard on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 4.
That time they run right at Matthias Lopez. Gets in on that play, and of course, Big Clark Sidaway was in on that as well. And
Big Clark is right. He is a mountain of a kid out there. So 2 receivers set high, 1 low, man in motion at the top of the screen is Brock Walker. Uranga rolls to the top of the screen, unloads, and again, is that Henry again?
It is.
That's Luke Henry again for the first down.
And he's finally brought down by Ace Clark, but not until he picks up the first down. And this is the thing that's working. I like that call. Let me tell you what I liked about that call. If it doesn't work out for you, you're pretty much in 4-down territory anyway. And so you get another shot at it if you don't make that play, and you still have a reasonable 4th down to play.
Yeah,
but in this case, picked it up.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 25-yard line. Bunch formation at the line of scrimmage for the Trojans. Handoff goes to number 42, Cade Hall, right up the gut.
Yep, and again, there's those 3-4 yards that we talk about. You know, those 3-4 yard chips. This one looks like maybe 5 or 6.
Like 5, yeah.
They move the chains. They take time off the clock, and they give you leads.
So 2nd and 5 now. Uranga in shotgun. Handoff again to big number 42, Cade Hall. And Hall keeps his legs churning inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. That'll be another Trojan first down.
Yep. And here's the good news for the Trojans here, too, is you can still pick up another first down without a touchdown.
Yep.
You can pick that up on the 2-yard line.
So it's not an and goal, but they're in the red zone for the first time today. So 1st and 10, Homedale. Just over 5 minutes left to go in the opening quarter of play. Ball on the far hash. Uranga again in shotgun. Hall behind him. Luke Henry comes short. Rolling that way to Henry. Nice defensive coverage there as the ball was intended for number 4, Larsley.
Yeah, Ace Clark on the coverage that time. You saw Dan Benyon, the great defensive coordinator there at SugarSalem. You saw Benyon before that snap he was looking over and showing him, we're going to get a pass. It's going to come out, you know. And that's exactly what Ace defended on that.
So great defensive play there, brings up 2nd and 10. As Walker checks in for the Trojans.
And now you look down at Dan Benyon. You saw him pulling them in that time, the backers, and saying, we're probably going to get a run. And they are. It's exactly what they did. And
Cade Hall is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a couple. Yeah, they're going to give him 2 yards on that pickup, bring up 3rd and 8.
Of course, Dan Benyon, strength and conditioning coach and defensive coordinator for Southern Utah University when they won their 2 Big Sky championships. His wife took a job as the head of the nursing program at BYU Idaho, and he said, she's followed me around my whole career. It's my turn to follow her around for her. So Sugar was the beneficiary of that family business decision.
So 3rd and long now for Homedale. Cade Hall in the backfield behind Uranga. Man splits out far. Uranga drops back. Has a man open in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
What a great route that time by Luke Henry. Luke Henry, the 5'10", 168-pound senior, runs a great route. He got the safety on his heels, jab step to the inside and stepped him off, got him moving backwards, cuts to the left and finds himself wide open in the end zone.
So Lucas Hall now on for the PAT. Place is down, kick is up, kick is
It's good.
So with 4:11 to go in the opening quarter, Homedale draws first blood. 7-0 Trojans over the Diggers.
When Farm Bureau Insurance says it covers Idaho, it really means it covers Idaho. Farm Bureau Insurance has 48 offices throughout Idaho, including your local branch in Homedale, to take care of farm and ranch customers statewide. Farm Bureau handles auto, RV, home, ranch, life, and even business insurance. Stop in at 425 West Main Street in Marcy or call 208-337-4041 for a free insurance quote today. Wayne and Chad Hungate and Dave Sergino at the Homedale Farm Bureau Insurance Branch are proud to support Homedale Athletics, and they say good luck to the Trojans. Snake River RV Resort is a top-of-the-line RV and campground located at the beautiful Snake River in Homedale, Idaho. We want to wish our Homedale Trojans the best of luck in the playoffs, and they say go get 'em, boys.
Lucas Hall on to kick. Little Adrian Williams. And number 17, Dawson McAnally. I'll get that out, I promise, folks. So just waiting for the whistle to play. Come any second now. Maybe. Sure taking their time on this.
Well, it's not like an ESPN game, so you don't have a red hat down on the field waiting for him to leave before they can start things.
Ball through the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10, SugarSalem at their own 20-yard line.
RST Incorporated has been providing superior transportation services to Idaho's food processing, agriculture, and construction industries since 1974. Our fleet of 36 late-model fuel-efficient trucks and refrigerated trailers is currently serving the West, Midwest, and Southeast with timely, cost-effective transportation. Our specialized fleet of heavy-duty trucks, trailers, and experienced drivers is capable of moving structures and equipment of just about any size and weight. Owned and operated by 3 generations of Homedale graduates, RST Incorporated proudly supports Homedale Athletics, and they say go Trojans.
So Gardner under center, split back behind him, gives it off to the guy on the left-hand side.
And that's McAnally.
McAnally, yeah,
and
for a 5-yard pickup.
That's the single biggest run the Sugars had today.
Yeah, 5 yards.
In their first possession, the biggest that they got was the 2-yard run the one time, picked up 2 another couple times, but ended up with punting in that situation.
So 2nd down and 5 now for the Diggers at the 25-yard line. Ball in between the hashes. Again, Sugar moving right to left in your mind's eye. Gardner under center again. 3 men in the backfield behind him. This time the handoff to number 1, Cooper Mace. And Mace is going to have enough to pick up a 1st down for SugarSalem.
Mace, traditionally throughout most of the season this year, Cooper Mace was a name we called primarily on defense. As the season went on, we started seeing him carry the ball a lot more too. McAnally get a lot of carries earlier on in the season, but that starts to wear on you as the season moves on. And so, you will see some runs from Tonk, some runs from Fleming as well, even occasional run from Aldrich. But Cooper Mace has come up and stepped into that role heavily.
So now Gardner in shotgun. Man to his right, reverse, goes to number 2, Adrian Williams. Williams shakes and bakes, gets across the 40 to the 43-yard line. That's another 1st down for the Diggers.
Yeah, and in this case, it's actually Abe Baldwin. The other number 2 is Adrian Williams. He was moved up from the JV team. Possibly won't see him in this game today. Very, very good JV player, and over the next couple years, that's going to be a name that we're all going to need to be very familiar with. But for this time, it's Abe Baldwin.
It was Abe Baldwin or Adrian Williams?
Abe Baldwin. Abe Baldwin on the carry. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So under center, handoff to the up man. That's McAnally. And he's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play, bring up 2nd and 6 as we're under 2.5 to go here in the opening quarter play. 7-0, Homedale over SugarSalem.
And now you're starting to see some of those chop yards that we were seeing from Homedale, in that previous possession where you go through, you pick up, 3 or 4 here, 3 or 4 there, and it just keeps the chains moving down the field.
So Gardner under center, 3 men behind him. Handoff goes to Baldwin. Baldwin with room to run across midfield, across the 40, across the 30, almost gets out of a tackle, but he's down inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. 1st down, SugarSalem.
Usually when you see Abe Baldwin, we'll see him on a sweep like that coming out to the far side, or you'll see him on a little out route in the flats. And, that one broke open. And I don't expect, we saw a big one from Homedale last time, too, on a pass. I don't anticipate that we're going to see a lot of those from either team today. They both have very, very good defenses. So anytime you get one like that, that's kind of a icing on the cake.
So Gardner under center, same setup, 3 men behind him. This time the handoff goes to Mace, and Mace is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Might even lost a yard on that.
He did. Lost a full yard on that play.
It's going to be 2nd and 11. So good job defensively by the Trojan line. Able to sniff that one out and tackle for loss on the play. So 2nd down, 11 to go. Under a minute to play here in the opening quarter of play. Gardner under center, 3 men behind him. Hand off to Baldwin. Baldwin again with some room to run. Drops the shoulder as he got second level and gets up to the 23-yard line.
Well, I think that's one of the keys for SugarSalem in this game here is Sugar does have the size advantage on the line overall. So if you can get past that initial line and get into where you have your linebackers having to take you, you've already got a full head of steam, and you can usually absorb that hit and get another couple of yards out of that. And again, that's what we talked about. And we saw it with Homedale, their first possession coming down, that you pick up those chip yards when you can get into that because you're already in motion if you get past that initial line.
So Sugar sends 2 men to the near side. Gardner in shotgun. Hand off to Baldwin on the reverse sweep, and Baldwin still chugging, gets up to the 15, probably the 16-yard line, but that's going to be another 1st down for SugarSalem. And that should be the end of the first quarter of play, and it is the end of one. The Homedale Trojans 7, SugarSalem Diggers 0 here on IdahoSports.com.
Madison's, Napa Auto Parts in Homedale has been locally owned and operated since 1977. They have everything you need in stock, including auto parts, tools, and equipment, along with many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Madison's Napa Auto Parts in Homedale is a proud supporter of the Trojans athletics, and they say, good luck, boys. Lava Hot Springs, Idaho is your destination for a fun or relaxing day, whichever you choose. Just 11 miles off of Interstate 15. Their world-famous hot springs are open now from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and until 11 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees, so you can come and soak your worries away. Their indoor aquatic center with Kiddie Cove is now open Fridays and Saturdays. Taylor Chevrolet is proud to support SugarSalem Athletics. Taylor Chevrolet has been serving the Upper Valley for over 90 years with excellent service and stellar sales team. Taylor Chevrolet is the home of oil changes for life. That's right, buy any new or used vehicle and never worry about your oil again. Taylor Chevrolet is your Southeast Idaho auto dealer with a wide selection of Chevrolet and Cadillac models. Come in today and get the vehicle you want with oil changes for life. Stop by their Rexburg location or visit their website at TaylorChev.com. Ask for my buddy Blake Harris, and he will absolutely take care of you.
So Sugar now moving left to right. Ball on the far hash. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Here comes the first snap of the second quarter. 3 men behind Gardner. Gardner under center. Hand off to McElnelly. I do not know why I'm tripping over that name.
Of course, McElnelly, part of that state championship baseball team last year, which was a matchup between Sugar and Homedale as well. And McElnelly just signed this week to play at Utah Tech. He'd committed there as a sophomore. Just signed to play down there in St. George, Utah, to play baseball. Jackson Gardner, the quarterback, signed to play baseball at CSI. And Will Chappell, who didn't play football this year, but he signed to play at Brigham Young University baseball. So
a lot of baseball players coming out. Hand off to Baldwin. Baldwin inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line.
They can pick up a 1st down on what I think is the 6.
Yeah. So it's 3rd and 1 now from the 7-yard line. So 3rd and short, ball placed in between the hashes.
And again, not a big amount of yards that guys are getting up that middle. But again, it's just got to be enough to move the chains. Yep. That's what you have to do.
3 or 4 yards at a clip.
Yep.
Gardner under center. That 3-man line behind him. Inside handoff. And touchdown. SugarSalem.
Dawson
Number
McAnally.
17, Dawson McAnally for the score.
Comes to the 10:43 mark.
That was a 7-yard touchdown run. So PAT away from a tie ball game. Here's the left-footed kicker on. It's up, and it splits the uprights, and just like that, we are tied at 7 with 10:43 left to go in this opening half.
Les Schwab and Homedale, manager Rhett and his crew are committed to getting you back on the road safely. Les Schwab doing the right thing since 1952. That's before you and I were born, Clay.
Just a little bit.
And with America's best tire warranty, Les Schwab offers better coverage than anyone else with no extra fees for your warranty at more than 550 Les Schwab tire locations. Give them a call today at 208-337-3474. Simply stop by at 330 Highway 95. Les Schwab in Homedale is proud supporter of the Homedale Athletics. And they want to wish the boys good luck in the state playoffs. Did you know that most Idaho students don't drink alcohol or use drugs? That means approximately 9 out of 10 students and their friends choose to stay substance-free. Substance-free, pardon me. It's the healthiest and most popular choice. Parents, check out betheparents.org for pro tips on how you can be powerful conversations with your kids and teens about the importance of not drinking or using drugs. Talking to your child about your expectations when it comes to alcohol and drugs use is one of the things most associated with your student making the healthy life choices. This message was brought to you by the Southwest District Health and the Partnerships for Success program.
Thank you, sir. So Luke Henry and Alex Sotelo deep to return the kick from Porter Tykert.
So Porter Tykert is strictly a soccer player. The only thing he does for Sugar football is kick. As a freshman and sophomore, he was a starter on 2 state championship soccer teams. Then this year as a junior, they actually lost in the district championship game, did not get to go to state.
Wow.
The girls still took state, but the boys did not. After being ranked number 1 all season long, only loss came to 5A Century by a point. And but you know what? You got to take care of it in the district. And when you're a small conference that only sends 1 team, you don't get that forgiveness of a play-in game.
Because there's only, 3 teams in that Mountain Rivers Conference?
But when it comes to soccer, you actually add more because any 2As that play up. So Firth is also in that conference. Grand Peaks, your community health center, is proud to support our local athletes and keep them healthy on the road to the state titles. Grand Peaks, located in St. Anthony, Rexburg, and now Idaho Falls, provides affordable medical, dental, behavioral health, pharmacy services for the entire family. Visit grandpeaks.org online for a full list of services. They say good luck, diggers, from the staff at Grand Peak.
So shotgun formation for Uranga, fakes the handoff, rolls to the top side of the screen. Lucas Henry drops the ball for the first time today.
Yeah, boy, and I'll tell you what, it was unfortunate for him because he had his blocker, Brock Walker out there, who had his man sealed. And that might have gone, I think that would have gone at least for a first down and possibly 10 or 15 more.
Yeah, I think Luke Henry was looking upfield just a little bit before he got that ball.
Yeah, one of those where you say, oh, it's so open, and you start to run before you forget to secure the pass.
So 2nd and 10 now. Trojans moving right to left. Uranga in shotgun, man to the near side, man in motion. Here comes Henry. And before the play, a whistle. False start against the Trojans will back him up 5 yards, make it 2nd and 15.
Yeah, it looked like the false start came out of the backfield that time. I'll tell you one things I'm really impressed with this Homedale team is the accuracy of the junior Uranga.
Yeah.
You know, his passes, like that one, it wasn't caught, but it had nothing to do with the pass. The pass did everything it needed to do, and so far today he has been dead on on these passes.
And he's an accurate thrower. You know, the Trojans are 3rd in the state in scoring at 38 points per game.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's rested on his young arm.
Well, and the thing is, you know, you look at a lot of, it's great when the pass is there and it's catchable. It's a whole different thing when it's catchable in stride.
Yeah.
And that's what he's done is he's hit his players in stride.
So another whistle.
We're going to get a timeout this time.
Taken by the Trojans. That's their first one, and it comes with 10:38 left to go in the half.
Blister's Barbecue has a new location. They have moved 1 mile down the road to the Teton Lakes Golf Course. A small location change brings no changes to the menu and keeps all the same employees you have come to love, but now includes double the seating and unlimited parking. Come in for a quick lunch or dinner, or let them help with your holiday catering. Let Blisters make that family or work party a breeze. Visit blistersbarbecue.com. That's blistersbbq.com. /caters for more info. Franklin Building Supply is a proud supporter of local student athletes as well, and all the building professionals of Eastern Idaho. Their friendly and knowledgeable team is ready to help make your project a success from start to finish. Franklin Building Supply in Pocatello, it's definitely worth the trip. And, of course, Blister's Barbecue, that's owned by SugarSalem's offensive coordinator, Brady Gardner, whose son is up under center.
His son's under center, yep.
If you're someone who enjoys a propane fireplace but are having problems with your pilot light, unexpected noises, excessive soot, or strange odors, give Fall River Propane a call. They service all makes and models of propane fireplaces. Fall River Propane, your full-service propane provider.
So 2nd and 15 now for the Trojans after the timeout. Ball in the near hash. Uranga in shotgun. 2 men high, 1 low. And here's the handoff to number 42, Cade Hall. And Cade Hall gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage, picks up maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd and very long now for the Trojans.
There are about 5 diggers in there. They're each going to get about a fifth of a tackle on the stat. First to hit him, Big Clark Sidaway, the 300-pounder.
Stats are stats, baby.
That's right.
So 3rd and long now, 3rd and 14 for the Trojans. Quad receivers high, 1 low.
There's been a number of digger players get sacks this year, but the leading in sacks is 2.5.
Oh, wow.
So 2 halves.
There's the wide receiver screen, and that is not going to go anywhere. Great read by the Sugar defense.
Yep, and even though the pass was complete, the pass was actually tipped in the backfield just as it came off the hands of Uranga. So it wasn't that it was not an accurate pass. Yeah. It just happened to be tipped. Over on that big end, you got the big 6'5" Caden Nate over there on that side. And if he's barreling down on you, you try to throw that through him. That's going to be a tough pass.
Lucas Hall on the punt, gets away a low line drive, and takes a huge Homedale bounce. That's going to go dead at the 30-yard line of SugarSalem. Well, they'll take over 1st and 10.
Well, I'll tell you what, for Sugar, they were awfully lucky that didn't bounce back farther, too, because it just happened to come down funny. Amazing how those non-round balls work, you know. Yes, but that very well could have rolled another 20 yards as well. So velocity was high.
Not terrible field position here for the Diggers.
Pocock Trucking is based in Sugar City, Idaho, but sends trucks all over the western United States and Canada. Pocock Trucking is full service, and by that they mean they do everything. They haul bulk commodities like feed, fertilizer, grain, and potatoes. They offer minor shop repairs and have a full-service lube bay. They grow potatoes, dairy, quality alfalfa, and more. They can even sell you a used truck if you need one. So stop on in and see what Pocock Trucking is all about.
So 1st and 10, and wow, Sugar's going to have to take a timeout here.
Yeah, you saw Ben Aldrich run on that field late, and Coach...
Not a happy camper.
Coach is not happy out there. Tyler Richens was not very excited. And that's one of those as players as you're walking over. It's like, I don't want to be the first one to get over to him because I'm going to get the chewing. There's no replacement for quality and experience, and that's what Vance Dairy Construction brings to every project it sets out on. Just like the Homedale Trojans, Vance Dairy Construction works hard to get it right the first time, and that's why they have the reputation that makes them the first call when the dairy industry is looking to build, remodel, or repair. Call the team at Vance Dairy Construction to schedule your winter maintenance and renovation projects now. 208-337-3191. Vance Dairy Construction, helping to build Idaho's dairy industry. All of us at Vance Dairy Construction want to wish the Homedale Trojans good luck in the state playoffs. When Farm Bureau Insurance says it covers Idaho, it really means it covers Idaho. Farm Bureau Insurance has 48 offices throughout Idaho, including your local branch in Homedale, to take care of farm and ranch customers statewide. Farm Bureau handles auto, RV, home, ranch, life, and even business insurance. Stop in at 425 West Main Street in Marcin or call 208-337-4041 for a free insurance quote today.
So Gardner under center, 3-man line behind him. So they hand off to number 1, Mace. Mace tries the far side. He's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play, bring up 2nd and 6.
Boy, we're going to wear our papers out calling Walker's name tonight. He was first in on that tackle again. Brock Walker, the senior, 6'2", 194, a linebacker. And one thing I've noticed about him is he hits hard. He likes to create the contact. He just doesn't wait for the contact to come in. He creates the contact.
He is not afraid to get dirty.
It makes it difficult to pick up extra yards after the hit.
Oh, I thought they might have got a false start there.
Yeah, they
did.
did.
They did, yep. So the Sugar line jumped just before the snap. That's going to cost them 5, make it 2nd and 11. They almost got away with it. Not quite.
Well, and I think the only penalties we've seen today are false start penalties. We have not seen a defensive penalty yet that I can think of.
Nope, 2 on Homedale, 1 on Sugar now. So it's been a well-played game as we go under 8 or 9 minutes to play in the first half.
So remember, Sugar kicked off the ball to start the ball game. They won the toss, deferred to half number 2. So they will get the ball to start the second half as well. So Homedale was the first to score and draw blood today.
2nd and 11. 3-man line behind Gardner. Gardner under center. There's the snap. He fakes the handoff, rolls near side, has a man open. That's 17, McAnally.
Great defensive assignment by 52, Caden Lane. Caden Lane, 6'2", 208-pound defensive lineman. He plays that D end, and he came over and read that. And even though the pass was complete, it did not go for much.
Went for about a yard, so 3rd and 10 now for SugarSalem.
Because the drop back in the backfield was fairly deep, it looked like a farther pass than it was. I mean, the pass was far, but as far as actual yardage or countable yardage, it only went for a yard.
So Gardner now will shift to shotgun. 3 receivers high, 1 low. Lone man in the backfield is McAnally. Gardner rolls near side, looking for someone to throw to. Has the receiver there. Did he catch it?
Yeah, it's Ace Clark. And they're saying he caught it. And I think this is just going to be a teeny bit short of the first down marker.
I think he's right at the sticks.
Boy, it's there. We might get a measurement. No, they're calling it a first down.
First down, SugarSalem.
For a Sugar team that doesn't pass the ball a ton, Gardner had just roughly 1,000 yards coming in, 1,003. They don't throw it a ton. That's a big first down with Ace Clark coming off of that receiver edge to pick that up. And the defense was fantastic.
Oh, yeah, the defense was there.
That was not a missed defensive assignment by any stretch.
So ball on the near side hash at the 40 of SugarSalem. Hand off to McAnally. McAnally crossed the 45 to the 46. Picks up about 7 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and a long 3, short 4.
Well, and it was Nolasco on that great carry who's given up about 25 pounds on there. He had McAnally on the move, but, that was a textbook tackle. He grabbed that waist down, and that kind of nullifies that weight a little bit.
So 2nd and 4, under center. Hand off again to McAnally. McAnally has some room to run this time across the 50, inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. First down, SugarSalem.
Finally brought down by number 2. Is it Hoffa Senka? Is that how you say that?
Which one? Number 2? Cuenca.
Cuenca. Okay.
Rafa Cuenca.
Rafa Cuenca. I didn't know if Rafa, a Portuguese name, and oftentimes they pronounce it with an H. They pronounce their R's with an H, like the Gracies did, like Half and Hoyce and Hoyler and all them, And so I should have clarified that pregame.
The handoff to McAnally. McAnally, this time across the 30, has room to run. He's inside the 20, inside the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, SugarSalem. 48-yard run for McAnally.
Well, and for me, I'll be honest with you, Clay, I didn't expect to play like that today. I think those plays are going to be fewer and farther between. His sister that just graduated last year sitting right down here in front of us, and she's up cheering for little brother. It's Utah Tech bound for baseball.
Right now, bound to the house for 6. So here comes the PAT try from Tykert. Snap is high, but he gets it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So it's 6:37 to go. 14-7 Sugar over Homedale.
RST Incorporated has been providing superior transportation services to Idaho's food processing, agriculture, and construction industries since 1974. Our fleet of 36 late-model fuel-efficient trucks and refrigerated trailers is currently serving the West, Midwest, and Southeast. With timely, cost-effective transportation, our specialized fleet of heavy-duty trucks, trailers, and experienced drivers is capable of moving structures and equipment of just about any size and weight, owned and operated by 3 generations of Homedale graduates. RST Incorporated proudly supports Homedale athletics, and they say go Trojans. Madison's Napa Auto Parts in Homedale has been locally owned and operated since 1977. I was born for that one. I was 7 years old. They have everything you need in stock, including auto parts, tools, and equipment, along with many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Madison's Napa Auto Parts in Homedale is a proud supporter of the Trojans Athletic, and they say, good luck, boys. You know, I think when I was a kid, Napa was probably my second home.
Oh, really?
It seems like we were always in there getting parts, for things we worked on. My grandfather on the farm, he was a welder and a mechanic by trade. So he'd buy the parts and we'd do it ourselves.
Perfect.
And Napa tended to be the beneficiary of that.
Tykert on the kick. Sotelo and Henry deep to return for the Trojans. Whistle to play just went. Here's boot to ball. This one's going to be fielded by the end zone. Through it for the touchback. 1st and 10 Trojans at their own 20-yard line.
Snake River RV Resort is a top-of-the-line RV park and campground located on the beautiful Snake River in Homedale, Idaho. We want to wish the Homedale Trojans the best of luck in playoffs. And they say, go get them, boys.
So 1st and 10 now.
Well, let's call it as far as at least the competitiveness of the game. It's what we expect from a Sugar Homedale game.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are two very good teams, and folks, don't be fooled. With the exception of 1 year, every game has really come down to the final possession or two in these ball games.
There's a big 1st down run.
Yeah,
David blew it there.
Yeah, and just barely short of that marker. But you know what? That's the biggest run from line of scrimmage they've had as well. They've had the bigger pass plays. So now we're seeing both teams start to a little bit, get in their rhythm with their running game.
Establish that ground game a little bit, and we'll see if that means that the passing game opens up. It'll be 2nd and 1 now for the Trojans.
Well, and I think that's part of it. If you can establish that rushing game, it brings those outside linebackers in just a little bit. Makes it hard for them to go out and be a second defender on a pass play from their starting position.
Pass over the middle, man was wide open. That was Luke Henry. The ball was just thrown behind him. Yeah, otherwise Henry might still be running.
Well, I think what happened, when he threw it, his own teammate, Diego Cortez, I think it caught the top of his shoulder pad just a little bit, or the side of his helmet. It wasn't blocked defensively. I think it was a tight pass, and it would have hit him right on stride, but I think it just caught like the side of the helmet of Cortez.
And I saw the linebacker crew for SugarSalem there pointing fingers at each other, wondering who had coverage on that, because nobody did.
Well, because they know if they don't chew each other out, they're coming over the side, and Dan Benyon's going to chew them out over on the side. So it's like, guys, let's take care of it here.
So 3rd and short. Here's the handoff right up the middle. That's the number 32. Blew it across the 40, across the 45, brought down at the 48-yard line. That'll be a 1st down for the Trojans.
Gets into that secondary. Finally brought down by Ace Clark on a really good tackle, but I'll tell you what, he was an Ace Clark away from going to the end zone.
So Clark saved the TD there.
Clay, both of us have had 8-man football games.
Yes.
And it's not hard, or it's not uncommon to see those 8-man games get into the 80s and 90s. In fact, last year we had a couple in Idaho got over 100 on those games. We'll get back to that here in just a second.
So 1st and 10, ball middle of the hash. Here's the handoff to Hall. Hall bounces outside. He's going to get to the 50-yard line for a pickup of 2.
But I had somebody ask me earlier on in the playoffs this year. They said, well, how come those 8-man score so many? And I says, well, you think in 11-man football, how many tackles that's the only tackle that saves that kid from going into the end zone. Well, think of taking 6 total men off the field. 3 on each side of the ball, and you're playing on the same size field. That's a different game.
You get to the edge, and you're gone.
That's right.
So ball on the far side hash. 2nd and 8 now for the Trojans. One man behind Uranga, man in motion to the top of the screen. Wide receiver screen goes that way. Great coverage there after it was caught by Cuenca. He got to the line of scrimmage and no further.
Yeah, and he might have got more, but what happened is Abe Baldwin came up and first kind of caught the ankles and then lost the hold of it, but that gave time for his teammates to come in on that when the stumble came from Cuenca.
So 3rd and 8 now as we are under 4.5 to go in this opening half. 14-7, SugarSalem over Homedale here on IdahoSports.com.
I think we might see an out route on the flats here coming out of that right side.
Uranga drops back under pressure, gets away from it. Now he's coming near side on the flush. He is looking for the 1st down, gets away from the first tackler, and he's going to be right at the
he got
sticks.
it. He got it by a yard.
First down, Trojans.
What a great run. He had Riley Williams had him on the angle there, and he caught him, but Uranga just did one more of about a 20-degree turn on him just as he got there and was able to hop forward for more yardage. What a great run by the junior Uranga.
1st and 10, ball in the near side hash. Uranga in shotgun. Sends Henry to the top. Hand off to Hall. Hall up the middle. Gets second level. And he'll pick up a nice chunky yardage there. Looks like about 5 yards on first down. Bring up 2nd and 5.
Well, and I think they're learning something with Hall right now. And if you go back to that first possession, Hall was kind of waiting for his blockers a little bit, see where those things open up at. Now he's catching that on a full speed and realizing, listen, I can get 3 or 4 yards of carry by just taking that full speed each time.
So 2nd and 5. Hall again. Hall lowers the shoulder.
Yep. And we see that exact same thing again where he hits that hole hard and gets another first down, or at least close to it.
That's
Looks
to
me
be
like
right
a first.
at the sticks.
It
Are
is.
they
They're going to move
him?
that down. Yep, that's a first.
That's a first down. Homedale comes with 3.5 left to go in the first half. The ball's at the 31-yard line of Sugar.
And even though they've already got a score up on the board, I would say this is their best offensive possession as far as the way that things are working for them, because they're finding now something that, hey, is going to get us to move these chains in 2 downs instead of 3 or 4.
Hall again. This time he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield for nothing. In fact, he'll lose a couple yards on that play.
I think it was number 52. And I'm sorry, I was calling out Matthias Lopez before. It's actually Case Malmstrom, and I never mess that up. Case Malmstrom, who's the leading tackler on the SugarSalem team. Muzzy is his nickname, so everyone calls him, and Mace is just absolutely an unbelievable player. Pardon me, Case is an unbelievable player. I was looking at Cooper Mace's name here, but Muzzy Malmstrom, he is nothing but fantastic. His lateral movement is awesome.
2nd and 11. Uranga alone in the backfield, drops back. Ball tipped at the line, falls incomplete. That was tipped by number 22, Ben Aldrich.
Yeah, Ben Aldrich at 6'2", and that is one of the challenges that Uranga can have at his height in the backfield. As they list Uranga on that as 5'9", is if you get a 6'2" Ben Aldrich or you get a 6'5" Caden Nate, if he's coming down on you. It does change a little bit of your passing structure. That is something that Sugar has to keep in the back of their mind, and Homedale.
Here comes the blitz. Uranga unloads, had the man open, but off his shoulder pads. That was intended for number 24, Lucas Hall. He had a chance to make that play, just couldn't find the handle, and it brings up 4th and 11.
Yeah, and it was McAnally, whose name we've called on the other side of the ball quite a bit today. It was him that had the break up there, and they're going to go for this. This is go for it territory. This is good go for it territory.
2.5 to go. Ball at the 32-yard line, 31-yard line. 4th and 11.
And a quad set over on the right.
Uranga drops back, looks across the middle, throws it high, incomplete. Had a man in Rafa Cuenca, but Cuenca couldn't get up and get that pass.
Yeah, and that was Cooper Mace, number 1, that goes over there and is able to knock that pass down. However, now here's the downside of going for it there on 4th down. You got 2:24 remaining in the half, and as we know, both of these teams could score in 2 minutes and 24 seconds. If you are Homedale, the last thing you want to do is Sugar to put another score up on that board, knowing that Sugar's going to get it first to come out in half number 2. So I think if you're Homedale, I'm not saying you go to a full prevent, but you can't give up the big play.
No, you have to stop anything big downfield. Gardner under center, 3 men behind him, and off to McAnally. McAnally's going to pick up about 5 yards on the run, bring up 2nd and 5.
And remember, both teams as well still have 2 timeouts apiece that they can use here. Each has just used 1.
This snap will come with just under 2 minutes to go on the clock. Ball at the 38-yard line of SugarSalem on the near side hash. Sugar, of course, moving left to right in the mind's eye. So Gardner under center, 3 men behind him. And off to McAnally again. And this time he gets across the 45 to the 47-yard line. That's going to be a first down. SugarSalem.
Well, what we saw last possession was McAnally was now starting to get his yards a little more than those traditional 3 or 4 that he was getting those first couple possessions. And sometimes that might be a difference in the size of the lines, and maybe wearing each other down just a little bit. That can make a difference sometimes.
So 1st and 10 now for Sugar. Ball's on the turf. And I think the Diggers fell on it.
Yeah, McAnally fell down on his bobbled handoff. It looked like maybe Gardner bobbled that before he even had a chance to get it in his hands. It's a loss of a yard on the play, too.
A timeout taken on the field by SugarSalem. That'll be their second charge timeout.
If you are someone who enjoys a propane fireplace but are having problems with your pilot light, unexpected noises, excessive soot, or strange odors, give Fall River Propane a call. They service all makes and models of propane fireplaces. Fall River Propane, your full-service propane provider. When Farm Bureau Insurance says it covers Idaho, it really means it covers Idaho. Farm Bureau Insurance has 48 offices throughout Idaho, including your local branch in Homedale. Take care of farm and ranch customers statewide. Farm Bureau handles auto, RV, home, ranch, life, and even business insurance. Stop in at 425 West Main Street in Marcy or call 208-337-4041 for a free insurance quote today. Wayne and Chad Hungate, and of course, Dave Saragino at the Homedale Farm Bureau Insurance branch are proud to support Homedale Athletics, and they say good luck to the Trojans.
So it'll be 2nd and 11 coming out of that Sugar timeout. The ball will be placed at the 47-yard line, right in between the hashes. 1:25 left to go in the half. The officials are going to chit-chat about something before we get the ball off. Now everybody seems happy. There's the whistle to play. So Gardner in shotgun. Mace to his, Gardner under center, excuse me. There's the reverse, was almost picked off on the handoff.
Oh, we're going to get a face mask.
Yeah, there it comes.
The official downfield saw it. You and I shared a brain on that one, and we both saw it. It wasn't an intentional. It was a happenstance.
The official that was right there missed it, but the guy downfield caught it.
Boy, and I'll tell you that the reverse was almost blown up in the backfield before that chance ever had a play to get off.
Oh, they're going to call it a personal foul, 15 yards and a first down.
You know what? That surprises me.
Yeah.
To me, that was the 5-yard variety.
Yeah, that was incidental.
That was the kind where it was incidental. There was no felonious assault. Came in for that, but that's what they called it.
So the ball now on the plus side for SugarSalem at the 34-yard line. 103, 102 left to go here in the first half. Gardner under center, 2 men behind him, 1 man up top. Gardner fakes the handoff, looks across the middle, and overthrew his intended receiver. That was going for number 10, Ace Clark, and just overthrew him.
Well, and for both quarterbacks tonight, that's the first errant pass we've had.
Yeah.
In any other pass that wasn't there, it was either tipped, or we had the one that I think hit the side of the lineman's head. But other than that, the passes have been dead on for both of these quarterbacks, particularly for Urenga because of the volume that he's thrown at.
So 51 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. Timeout on the field taken by SugarSalem. That's a big timeout because that's their last one.
Last timeout. RST Incorporated has been providing superior transportation services to Idaho's food processing, agricultural, and construction industry since 1974. Our fleet of 36 late-model fuel-efficient trucks and refrigerated trailers is currently serving the West, Midwest, and Southwest with timely, cost-effective transportation. Our specialized fleet of heavy-duty trucks, trailers, and experienced drivers is capable of moving structures and equipment of just about any size and weight. Owned and operated by 3 generations of Homedale graduates, RST Incorporated proudly supports Homedale Athletics, and they say go Trojans. Snake River RV Resort is a top-of-the-line RV park and campground located on the beautiful Snake River in Homedale, Idaho. We want to wish our Homedale Trojans the best of luck in the playoffs. Go get them, boys.
So we'll come out to a 2nd and 10 following the Sugar timeout. Homedale needing a stop here, as we said, because Sugar, if they come down and score, get the turnaround and get the ball right back after half. The ball at the 34-yard line, 2nd and 10, 51 seconds to go, near side hash. 2 receivers high, 2 receivers low. Gardner in shotgun. McAnally to his right. There's the whistle to play. Gardner drops back. Goes across the middle, has a man open. Oh, they're going to get him for PAT. That's a tough one, I think.
Yeah, and that's another one that I think it's incidental foot contact there. Both players going for the ball. Now, maybe there was a hand that we couldn't see that we were blocked from, but from our angle, that looked like a solid defensive play.
It looked like just feet got tangled up, but they're going to call pass interference and move the ball 15 yards downfield.
Madison's Napa Auto Parts in Homedale has been locally owned and operated since 1977.
Sorry to interrupt. They called it offensive pass interference.
Oh, they did? No, they didn't. They moved it forward.
The official pointed the wrong.
Yeah.
The official pointed the wrong way.
They have everything you need in stock, including auto parts, tools, and equipment, along with many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Madison Napa Auto Parts in Homedale is a proud supporter of the Trojans, and they say, "Good luck, boys."
Yeah, the white hat pointed the wrong way, called pass interference, and pointed to SugarSalem. And that's what it's going to be.
Okay,
they're backing
so
the
it
ball
is.
up.
Yep. Yep. So they got back together, and now they're going to move it back. And Brady Gardner, the offensive coordinator, is beside himself. But you know what? It's what the officials saw. It's what the officials called.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on because they're moving they're moving the chains back to where they were. What is happening here? Let's see what they're doing, folks. Hold on just a second. We're just waiting here. There's a little bit of confusion on where the change should be, but the penalty definitely looks like it's going to be against SugarSalem.
Yeah, it does. This is interesting because we're as confused as anybody is.
Yeah.
And it looks like the coaches are still trying to figure out what's going on as well. We still have the 45 seconds up on the clock.
And again, all this from what looked up here to be just incidental contact.
Yeah, and
they're going to call pass interference against the offense.
Okay, so what they did is they moved the chains back. They moved the chains back to where it originally was before the play started, and then walked it off from there. So they wanted to get that set first.
So now it's second down and about just under 20 to go here.
It should be 15. Close. What's it saying?
Yeah, they haven't put it up, but they've
All
moved
right,
the
I mean
sticks back
20,
to the
20,
yeah.
20, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
because
So-
it was second. Yeah, here we go. We're good.
It's interesting because it should be, if it's 15-yard penalty, well, anyway, either way.
Whatever it is, it's second down and 20. We have no idea what just happened.
The ball is on the 49-yard line on the Homedale side of the field. And now we get another official coming in because now there's confusion of where they ended up placing it.
Now there's confusion about what down it is. Should be second down. There we go. Now I think we've got it all squared away. So the ball is at the 49-yard line of Homedale, in between the hashes, 45 seconds to go.
At the end of everything, it's as clear as mud.
Yep. No idea what just happened, boys and girls. Gardner under center. There's the handoff to McAnally. McAnally's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play before he's stopped, so it'll be third and long, and the Homedale Trojans are going to call their second timeout.
They are. And I'm really surprised they called that timeout. You had Sugar with the third and long coming up. Give Sugar a chance to kind of go over maybe a deep play.
Yeah.
And Sugar had no timeouts left. Well, either way.
Trying to get the ball back with a few seconds left is the only thing I can think of Homedale doing.
RST Incorporated has been providing superior transportation services to Idaho's food processing, agricultural, and construction industry since 1974. Our fleet of 36 late-model fuel-efficient trucks and refrigerated trailers is currently serving the West, Midwest, and Southeast with timely, cost-effective transportation. Our specialized fleet of heavy-duty trucks, trailers, and experienced drivers is capable of moving structures and equipment of just about any size and weight. Owned and operated by 3 generations of Homedale graduates, RST Incorporated proudly supports Homedale athletics, and they say go Trojans.
The weather's trying to hold out here.
Yeah.
It's starting to get a little bit cloudier, starting to cool down a little bit. And it says 75% chance of rain at 3.
Well, so if you were like me, you were checking it out every day this week.
Yeah.
And it would change, several times a day.
Yeah.
There were times
minute to minute.
All we know, folks, is it's Idaho, and whatever happens, happens.
So 3rd and 20. Gardner drops back, comes near side, has a man.
And they're going to call a pass interference that time.
That'll be defensive pass interference.
Yeah, it will, and that's on Nolasco. And you know, that wasn't a bad PI by Nolasco. No. I think it's one of those where you say it's better to take the PI here than it is to give up additional yards.
Yeah, because it's just a 15-yard penalty.
Yep.
So that'll put the ball inside the 40-yard line.
Now, one thing you got to be cautious of here, it is a 3rd down. It's 2-down territory for SugarSalem, is that Tykert does have a big leg.
Yeah.
And
I was watching him in warm-ups.
And could potentially put up a field goal. You know, not. I mean, they're still about 10 yards from being in that range. But what I'm saying is it makes it reasonable anyway.
Gardner drops back, comes near side, looking for his receiver. That was intended for number 10, Ace Clark, incomplete. Brings up 4th and 9 now.
Coverage was great down the field.
Yeah, we've seen that from both teams.
Yeah,
great downfield coverage.
Yep, Nolasco was there. Safety was there in the back as well on the double coverage.
So I think 3rd and 9 or 4th and 9.
Yeah, I think what you'll see now is Sugar probably just try to go to the sticks and try to pick up that first down with 26 seconds remaining, because it does stop the clock long enough to move the chains. And now the sophomore quarterback, Frank Fillmore, comes in, which is about 99% chance that he's going to run on this play. If not, it's a turnover on downs, and it will be Homedale ball.
So Fillmore under center. 2 men lined up behind him. Fillmore calls his number right up the middle. He's going to pick up a couple yards, but that's it. And turnover on downs, 1st and 10 for the Trojans with 21 seconds to go here in the half.
So we'll see if the Trojans will come out and if they'll just kneel on it and go into the half, or if they're going to try something deep.
I wouldn't be surprised if they tried something deep here. They still have the 1 timeout left. We've seen the passing game be fairly successful today. As we talked about Uranga's accuracy, he's been able to get the ball to his receivers. So we'll see what they do here with 21 seconds and a timeout. The ball's placed at the 34-yard line of Homedale, in between the hashes. Again, Homedale moving right to left. Uranga in shotgun. Low snap, and Uranga falls on it.
And he happens to get pounced on in the backfield by the 300-pounder. And Uranga just pops right up, pats him.
And that's going to be the end of the half. Uranga, after that missed snap, Homedale's going to be content going in down by 7.
Boy, because I'll tell you what, you give up a fumble there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden that changes, because now it is field goal range. So
the halftime score, the SugarSalem Diggers 14, the Homedale Trojans 7 here on IdahoSports.com. We're going to step aside, pay a couple bills, be right back for our halftime show. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Dear road rivals, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Nissan and Ford charge extra for maintenance. At Toyota, we take care of our drivers. Join us. Toyota. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that. and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
We're Valleywide Cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Dear Triathlon, let's take on iconic trails and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back to Middleton High School. Welcome back to IdahoSports.com, where at the half it is SugarSalem 14, Homedale 7, and what's been a really good, really well-played ball game so far in the first half. Let's look at our scoring summary real quick. Scoring opened up at the 4:11 mark of the first quarter. Luke Henry with a 10-yard touchdown reception. And then the next two scores were all McAnally. 10:43, McAnally on a 7-yard run. And then at 6:17, Dawson McAnally with a 43-yard touchdown scamper. And after points converted, we're all good. That's where we are, 14-7, SugarSalem over Homedale.
Well, what we had an opportunity to see was both teams have good defensive stops. Both teams have good offensive plays, and with a lot of football, it's just about who makes the adjustments first. And I think that's really what we're seeing in this game today is who's going to make the adjustments first because, there's not a defense that can't be beat.
Yeah.
And there's not an offense that can't be stopped. It just depends on who is the one that's able to make those adjustments, and are you able to make those in a time frame that's going to give you the best opportunity to win a ball game.
Because, again, we talked about it coming in. SugarSalem, number 1 in state in scoring offense and scoring defense. Homedale, 3rd in scoring offense, 2nd in scoring defense. So this really could have gone either way, either high scoring or low scoring. Right now we're kind of medium scoring.
Yeah, it is. Well, I had several people that I talked to over this last week, that asked me and said, what do you expect for this game? And I says, well, let's put out right off the bat, I do not expect a blowout on either side of the ball. I just don't think either one of these teams' defenses really has the capability of being blown out unless it just happens to be a game where you have turnovers and different things like that, that are just causing it. So far today, we haven't had a turnover other than just the traditional turnover on downs. Yeah. Both teams have turned it over once on downs. But, And I said, and I don't expect a game that we're going to see up in the 50s and 60s either. I think these are teams that most of the plays are going to be small chunk plays, 3 yards, 4 yards, the kind that, move the sticks but take a lot of time off the clock. Yeah. And when you remove that much time off the clock, then what ends up happening is you end up with lower scoring games. And both defenses are very well disciplined. They stay home. They stay in their assignments. And when we've had big offensive plays today, it hasn't been because of a bad defensive assignment. It's just been just a better offensive play.
Yeah, and it's been just ground and pound for most of the game from both of these teams. If you're a fan of old school Michigan football, you'd love this ball game here today.
Yeah, this is very much kind of like a Big Ten classic that you would see back in those days.
Well, if you're SugarSalem, let's talk about things you're going to do coming out in the second half. If you're Sugar, what are you looking to do on both sides of the ball here in the second half?
Well, I think one of the things you got to do is you got to say, hey, we've got to build offensively off what happened in the primarily the second quarter. The only score in the first quarter was Homedale's.
Yeah.
But so primarily the second quarter where we started to now pick up first downs on second. And like that rather than third or fourth. I mean, the last possession was a little different. You're trying to go downfield and score with short time on the clock. But primarily you found some things that were going to work offensively for you. The other thing that started working for you is you started to defend the edges better against the pass. Where, if you remember through that first quarter and when Homedale made their way down for their score, they were hitting those edges and they were picking up big yardage on those edges. And Sugar started to defend that a little differently towards the second, during the second quarter, particularly the last couple possessions that Homedale had. So I think if you're Sugar, those are the things you build off of. You say, listen, guys, let's not get complacent on our assignments because we know that, one, Urenga is accurate, and that his receivers run good routes, which means we have to be defensively sound. Otherwise, we're going to get beat on those plays, and because we can't rely on him to make a bad pass. So, and then, Homedale, the other side of the ball. What do you think, Clay?
I think if you're Homedale, keep that running game going so that you can open up the passing game a little bit more. We've talked about Urenga, outside of a couple tip passes and one that came off his offensive lineman, he's had a couple receivers drop a couple passes, but he's been spot on all ball game. Keep establishing that running game. Hopefully that opens up the passing game a little bit more so you can get downfield. Defensively, I think this first possession is so important for Homedale to come out and stop SugarSalem on this opening possession. Not give them the ball back right away and let them come down and score and take a 2-score lead, because in a game this tight, 2 scores could be enough to win it.
Yeah, it could be. And the thing is they took care of task number one to not give up another score to Sugar on their final possession of the first half. That was a big thing. You can't give that up and go down 2 scores with Sugar getting the ball again to start the half. But I think you mentioned there and hit it on the head with the running game. I think, when you look at what Cade Hall has done, he showed some things there in that second quarter that I think Homedale might look at and say, you know what, guys, we found something that we think is going to work here. And I think you keep going back to him. He started to hit the hole kind of at a full speed rather than kind of slowing down and seeing what opened up. He said, I'm going to create the opening myself through a full speed run. And what was he doing? He was picking up anywhere from 3 yards to 7 or 8 yards on each of those carries.
And you talked about it when that was happening, that pulls those linebackers in and leave some spaces for receivers to fill.
Yeah, it does. Well, and it gives you single coverage oftentimes with those receivers, because sometimes those outside linebackers, if it's across the middle, you will see your middle linebacker come out there and help defensively on a pass play. On the outside, of course, your safeties are back, but you're going to see those outside linebackers come out and help a little bit. Well, you move them in a couple steps and give them a couple more steps, before they're going to be able to effectively defend that play, and you open up your receivers some good room.
So whatever it is, it's going to be a great second half of action here. I'm excited to see how this plays out. We'll take a break and be right back for the second half kickoff here on IdahoSports.com.
Dear road rivals, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Nissan and Ford charge extra for maintenance. At Toyota, we take care of our drivers. Join us. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
We're Valleywide Cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Dear Triathlon, let's take on iconic trails and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back to IdahoSports.com. I'm Clay Hatfield. He's Lance Taylor. And this is the 4A championship game. SugarSalem leading Homedale 14-7. We're just about a minute and a half away from kickoff here.
Weird saying 4A, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know, that was
yeah.
as we added that different
weird saying 4A.
added the different division this year. And it was mainly, now that we added the 6A division, it wasn't necessarily to add the 6A division. It was to get rid of the confusion of the 1As.
Yeah.
Because we had the 1A D1, 1A D2. So now your 1A D2s, which were the smallest, they're just 1A. And then 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A. So everybody, it's the same teams. The only teams that changed were teams that were going to go up or down anyway, even if it would have stayed the same. So it's simple.
Yeah, I know my Council Lumberjacks have a different basketball season coming up this year than they have in the past, and that could be problematic for them.
There you go. When Farm Bureau Insurance says it covers Idaho, it really means it covers Idaho. Farm Bureau Insurance has 48 offices throughout Idaho, including your local branch in Homedale, to take care of farm, ranch customers statewide. Farm Bureau handles auto, RV, home, ranch, life, and even business insurance. Stop in at 425 West Main Street in Marcine or call 208-337-4041 for a free insurance quote today. Wayne and Chad Hungate and Dave Saragino at the Homedale Farm Bureau Insurance Branch are proud to support Homedale Athletics, and they say good luck, Trojans.
So Abe Baldwin and Dawson McAnally back to return this kickoff from Lucas Hall to start the third quarter of action. Boot to ball, and we are underway. And this ball is going to go. Ooh, that took a weird bounce right
sure
there.
Did.
One. But finds the end zone. Everybody up here kind of stopped breathing for a second.
Matheson's Napo Auto Parts in Homedale has been locally owned and operated since 1977. They have everything you need in stock, including auto parts, tools, and equipment, along with many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Matheson's Napa Auto Parts in Homedale is a proud supporter of the Trojans Athletics, and they say good luck, boys.
All right, so 1st and 10 at the 20. Gardner under center, 2 men behind him, 1 man low. Gardner hands it off to McAnally. McAnally's going to pick up a couple yards on the play before he's tackled there. So it'll be 2nd and 8, from the 22-yard line. Lane in on the tackle for the Trojans.
And again, we see right off the bat they go right back to McAnally, you know, the place where their bread and butter was in the first half.
So 3 men in the backfield behind Gardner. Gardner under center, moving left to right. Hand off to McAnally again. This time McAnally finds some room to run, gets across the 25 to about the 28-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 2.
Well, and you know, this is kind of what we talked about to start this game. You know, we didn't really feel we were going to see a lot of big plays in this game. We have seen a few, but not as many as both these teams are used to. And so how do you win a ball game like this? Well, you get those chip yards at 3 and 4 yards down the field, the things that just move the sticks but take time off the clock.
So 3rd and short now. This time the handoff to Baldwin. Baldwin gets past the initial tackler and is able to pick up 4 yards. That'll be a 1st down for SugarSalem.
Boy, and yards have to be earned in this ball game on either side of the ball. I mean, you see that gang tackle, you know, that time out there by Homedale, led by number 3 in Nolasco. And I'll tell you what, these are those kind of hits that you feel tomorrow when you wake up in your bed.
Yeah, tomorrow's an off day for sure.
It's a healing day because both teams are that way.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to make you think twice next time you come through because they hit hard. That's what I've loved about both these programs. They're just so well schooled, well coached, and program, I think, is the key word.
Yeah, program is the key word there, absolutely. Here's the handoff to number 1, Cooper Mace. Mace finds the edge across the 45, across the 50, still on his feet. Inside Homedale territory, brought out of bounds finally at the 43-yard line. 1st down, Diggers.
Well, and Cooper Mace, his mom, right down there on the sideline. She actually went to school in my hometown in Malad. It was my little brother's age. But she teaches at the high school and runs the yearbook.
Oh.
And so she's down taking pictures for the yearbook. So she's trying to keep her composure down there on the side. But, you know, she's a proud mama when that
Try to be
happens.
professional.
I didn't see her doing cartwheels.
So 1st and 10, ball on the far hash, 43-yard line for SugarSalem. We're under 10.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Clock is stopped as the run ended out of bounds.
There is single coverage out to the right with Ace Clark.
So here's the handoff to McAnally. I got it.
And I think Sugar got away with a false start on that. I think McAnally was a little quick in the backfield with that. Now, he might have still got the same amount of yards on it, but it looked to me like he left just a little bit before the snap came.
Just twitched a little early as he picked up 5 yards on that. 2nd and 5 to go now.
I'm not claiming my eyesight's the best in the history, but we got pretty good seats where we're at.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Thanks to Andy Ankeny, the AD out here, for setting us up. So 2nd and 5, Gardner under center, 3 men behind him. Just the handoff to number 2, Baldwin. Baldwin gets to the edge again, across the 35, across the 30. And he's going to be brought out of bounds at the 23-yard line, first down, SugarSalem.
Yeah, and that's one of those, we talked about in the first half with Homedale where a run was made possible by a block. That's what happened there as well. The inside block by Cooper Mace pushed the other defender to the middle a little bit too much and was just only able to get an outstretched hand on the jersey of Baldwin, but Baldwin was able to take that speed and turn the corner.
Jersey will not bring him down.
No. And we've seen good blocking in this game. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you show other teams show their players and say, guys, this is the way football is to be played. Here's your two teams to learn the game.
Cooper Mace inside the 15, to the 12-yard line. Another first down for the Diggers.
Tell you, great sportsmanship by Nolasco there. Grabs Cooper Mace. Cooper went to get up, kind of stumbled a little bit. Nolasco grabs him, helps him up, and that's, again, these coaches don't just coach these kids to play football. They coach these kids to be men, and to do things that are right, and that's the kind of thing you see from these kids.
And these two teams know each other.
Yep, they do.
It's a handoff to Baldwin, this time met at the line of scrimmage, thrown forward to about the 10-yard line, pickup of 2 on the play, bring up 2nd and 8. Sugar can still get a first down inside the 2-yard line here.
You and I were talking earlier up there at University of Idaho. You have Hayden Kingslow up there from Homedale. You have Ty Herlinger from Sugar playing on that same team. And last week they happened to be playing Weber State that has Kean Need, who played for Sugar there too, and other kids. And they got pictures, after. And it's just it's fun, being able to look and say, hey, here's, those relationships built back here in these days.
McAnally on the inside handoff. Picks up maybe a yard on the play. Bring up 3rd and a long 5, a short 6 here as the ball's placed in between the hash marks.
And Sugar brings number 55, Case Vela, into the game, and which makes me think they're probably going to do a run, and they're probably going to use him possibly, his side to open up that run. We see him right now on that left side of the line, just left of center. I wouldn't be surprised to see that be the gap.
Gardner looks to the sideline for any play adjustments that need to be made. He's under center. There's the inside handoff to McAnally.
Yeah, and they end up coming the other side of the ball and going up Clark Sidaway's side into the B gap. I was surprised they didn't run the A gap there, just the way the defensive line was set up. They end up bringing it up to the B gap.
Not a bad guy to run behind a Sidaway.
No.
But 4th and short now. Did not get the first down, so 4th and less than a yard. Ball placed at the 3-yard line. Looks like the rain's coming in.
Yeah, it does.
Here's the handoff. Oh, this is going to be tight. This is going to be close.
I think Homedale stopped him, to be honest with you.
We'll have to wait for an official announcement here, but McAnally did not pick up much, if anything at all.
Yeah, they're going to have to get a measurement on this. That was big. See, those are one of those where I think you just take Big Clark Sidaway and line him up and give it to him and let him fall forward for 3 or 4 yards.
I was kind of surprised not to see just a quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
A little tush push maybe.
Yeah.
All right, here's the measurement.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a stop.
And it is. Homedale holds, first down, Trojans.
That is massive.
Yes, it is.
That is massive to get that stop to start the second half.
But it's going to be 1st and 10 Trojans at their own 2-yard line. So they got 98 yards to go, but they stopped SugarSalem on the doorstep.
They certainly did. Did an excellent job doing it. For sure. Snake River RV Resort is a top-of-the-line RV park and campground located on the beautiful Snake River in Homedale, Idaho. We want to wish our Homedale Trojans the best of luck in the playoffs. And they say, go get them, boys. And guess what? Homedale's doing just that with a great stop to start quarter number 3.
So 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. Homedale at their own 3-yard line. Uranga in shotgun. They've had some center snap issues. This one gets off cleanly. Uranga across the middle has a man open. That is complete to number 24, Lucas Hall.
Yeah, and Ace Clark's down there on the ground. He's the one that came up and made the hit, number 10, Ace Clark. It was a great catch, but Ace made the calculation on that. Do I go up and do I challenge the pass, or do I try to knock it out on the catch? And he made the choice to try to knock it out on the catch there. Great catch, comes down, and he's the one that ends up with a little bit of a stinger. In fact, having seen that, if I'm Homedale, I go right back at it right now.
Absolutely. Uranga rolls to the top of the screen. Tries to get it over to the Hall, leads him into the out of bounds, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
And they did go right back at him.
Yeah.
Just went to the far side, and it was just off the outstretched hands of the receiver.
So 2nd and 10 now.
Yeah, anytime a player gets
line.
up gingerly, particularly in that secondary, if they get up gingerly and stay in the game, it's always smart to go right back at that.
Puts a little target
player.
on him. A little target. So 2nd and 10, Uranga in shotgun. Bunch formation on the line. Rafa Cuenca spreads out near side. Here comes Henry. And
this might be a timeout.
Well, the whistle blew. I don't see any flags. I don't see a timeout indication. Oh, they're going to have a player coming off. Looks like Abe Baldwin is being sent to the sideline.
And Ace Clark.
And Ace Clark, yeah.
So heading into the ballgame for the Diggers, Latrell Markle, the young sophomore, as well as Frank Fillmore, the backup quarterback.
So a couple guys going off injured.
Or it might be an equipment issue.
Oh, it looks like equipment.
Yep, it's an equipment. Yep. Yeah, okay. Because he pointed down and was saying something about.
So Uranga drops back. Pocket
Great
holds
protection.
Under pressure, and he just falls down. The ball came loose, but he was down.
They're going to say he was down, and he was. From our angle, he was down. But Clark said, well, you do the right thing. Until the whistle blows, you continue to go and jump on that ball. That way, if there is a discussion about it, you might have done the right thing.
So a big loss on the play at 10 yards brings up 3rd and 20.
Now you'll start. Now on a 3rd and 20, you'll see the secondary pad the defense just a little bit. They'll back up just a little bit. Probably give them something of the 5-10 yard variety on the inside.
So Uranga with quad receivers low, single set up high.
Yeah, and you got the defensive end, Caden Nate, headed in now. You see him on that far left side. He's going to try to get into that backfield. Yep, and that's exactly what happened is they gave him that.
Completed out to Cuenca.
Yep.
Cuenca up to the 20, the 32-yard line, it looks like. Oh, no, I was looking at the wrong officials. Excuse me. Up to the 24-yard line. That's going to be well short of a first down. Brings up 4th and 6.
That 4th, and this is not one of those areas you go for it. At least not the traditional go for it. You might fake something, but you don't do the traditional go for it. What a beautiful facility here at Middleton.
Oh, it is. It really is.
So great. And these two teams, of the 4 times that they have played each other in the state championship game, 3 of them have been on this field. Yeah. One, of course, you and I had was Scott Burton down in the dome. Now the ICCU dome. What a beautiful remodel job, by the way, of the dome. It is fantastic. But Middleton is such a great place, and Middleton happens to be the host for the 1A, 2A, 3A state track meet as well. So these athletes, many of them which also do track, are very familiar with this facility for more than just football.
It's like a home away from home.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's almost a literal home for Homedale. Being pretty close here. It's kind of a home away from home from Sugar as well.
Punt was fair caught at the Homedale 40 or at the Digger 40-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 SugarSalem on the far hash. Gardner under center. McAnally with the first down carry picks up about 4 yards on the run.
Yeah, and the block those yards that time made possible by number 50 Braden Pocock, who's the center on the team. You noticed he made that block and then went down, and McAnally just kind of stepped on his back and picked up those other few yards as no defender's going to be standing right where the back is, and it's kind of that use me.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'll wear an extra plate on the back if I have to.
2 men set behind, man in motion coming down is Carter. Carter switches ends on the line. Here's the inside handoff. Picks up maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, it's actually a great tackle on the play. It was actually grabbed first by number 61, McCoy Swallow, senior, 6'1", 229.
So brings up about 3rd and 4 to go here for SugarSalem.
I really like what Swallow did there. He went high, let his teammates go low to bring him down. And it just stops him from getting those lean yards. Those lean yards are where you get that extra 1 or 2 yards after the hit, and he stopped that.
Here's the handoff to Cooper Mace. Cooper Mace finds the edge, still rolling, still moving his feet, and he'll get inside the 50-yard line. As here comes a late flag in.
Yeah, and it's going to be a late hit out of bounds is most likely what that's going to be. We'll see exactly. It's going to be, either way, whichever team it's against, it's going to be the personal foul variety if they keep the flag.
So ball right now placed at the 45-yard line of Homedale. We'll see what we have here. After the play, personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Trojans.
You know, one of the Cooper Mace is one of those kids that I call a weight room kid. He's one that's really benefited from what Dan Benyon brought into SugarSalem. You know, they've been to the state championship game now 7 years in a row. And in the 15 years that I've lived in Sugar, they probably had 2 or 3 other teams that I felt, this is before Dan got there, that I felt had enough natural kind of raw talent to maybe be state champions, but they didn't have that weight room culture. You had some kids that lifted, but it wasn't culture-wide, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't. He came in and created that culture where everybody does it now, and I think that's made the difference since he's been
10
there.
At the 30. Here's the handoff to number 2, Baldwin, and Baldwin up to the 21-yard line. He's going to be just short of the first down, but a pickup of 9 on the play.
And just so you know, this is more runs from the line of scrimmage that Baldwin has had in this game than he's had combined all the rest of the games this year.
Why is that, do you think?
So, you know, he's been a receiver for most of it, and he's the guy that'll run on a lot of those sweeps because not necessarily because he's the fastest. He is fast, but it's usually because his cut speed is really good. He can make that sharp cut around that edge. But today, I think they must have just seen something, you know, in the scouting report that they said for some reason that gives us a favorable matchup.
The handoff to McAnally. The ball came loose at the end. It's a fumble. But I think Sugar's going to keep possession here.
Yeah, I think when it came out, I think it came back down in McAnally's hands for just a moment before Braden Pocock grabbed it.
Yeah, it looked like number 60, Jonah Curitan, came up with it. But whatever it is, it's a first down for SugarSalem. Comes with 3.5 to go in the third quarter of play.
Well, I tell you what a hit.
Yeah.
Defensively in that. That's one when I was a kid, we called it a slobber knocker.
Yep.
Or a decleater.
Clean the cobwebs out for sure.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line for Sugar. Here's the handoff to Baldwin. Baldwin spins out of a tackle.
And again, we see that tight cut speed that he has, being able to cut up. It's sometimes in those, it's not necessarily as important to be fast as it is to be quick. You know, you think of like a Barry Sanders when he's running. Well, in the open field, Barry'd get chased down. He wasn't the fastest runner on the field, but he was definitely the quickest within the block. He had that quick motion where he could cut and juke a player kind of off their step, you know, and he was going to get chased down in the open field. But it was so quick, and that's kind of what Abe is giving them, is giving them that quick cutback.
So 2nd and 4, Gardner under center, 3 men behind him. Gardner keeps it, passes, that's trouble, and that is, what is that? That is intercepted and a touchback for the Trojans.
It is, yep. I'll be honest with you, I am extremely surprised that Sugar ran that play. The way the run is working for you right now, I don't know what was broke that necessitated that play right there.
Yeah, and just a wounded duck of a pass from Gardner stayed up in the air.
Yep.
Homedale was able to come down with it in the end zone.
Yep, and Homedale, 2 stops.
Yeah.
And not just 2 stops, 2 deep stops that were scoring drive position for Sugar. Not just in the red zone, but inside the 5-yard line.
So they have a little room to run on this possession here.
Yep, they do.
Ball placed at the 20-yard line. 2:23 left to go in the third quarter. Getting your score 14-7 here on IdahoSports.com. Uranga in center, or in shotgun. Cade Hall behind him. Man in motion comes down. Hall with the handoff.
There's Hall picking up those chunk yards again. Picks up about 5 or 6 on this.
Oh, that was Blewett, excuse me. Javid Blewett on the carry.
Finally brought down by Case Malmstrom.
So 2nd and 5 now for the Trojans, as we are going to be under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Uranga shotgun, man high, man low. High snap, but he's able to come down with it. There's Blewett again. This time Blewett is blown up in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of a yard on the play.
Yeah, and that time Big Clark Sitaway got in there, and then Dawson McAnally finished it off.
So it'll be 3rd and 6 now for the Trojans. See if they can take advantage of the first turnover of the ball game. 2 receivers high, 2 low. Uranga rolls near side. Looking for somewhere to pass it. Has a man. Was it caught?
I think they're going to call it a catch.
They're going to call it a catch.
Yep. Yeah, boy, I'll tell you.
At the 37-yard line, first down, Trojans.
That was not only threading a needle. That's threading a very small needle.
That was into double coverage, low and away for the receiver, and he was able to go down and get it.
Yeah, it was.
So 1st and 10 now.
And a great patient, RPO that he had, on that run-pass option coming out. As he waited for him and saw him make that final cut. And what a great throw by the young junior.
Uranga in shotgun, fakes the handoff, goes to the wide receiver screen to Hall, or Henry. Henry not able to get away from the first tackler, and he'll be brought down after a 1-yard gain maybe.
Yeah, first tackler on that play happened to be Hank Carter. And again, we've talked about this before. When you can just slow them down enough, even if they get out of your hands, slow them down enough that your teammates can catch up, and that's what happened. Kimball Tonks comes in and finishes off the tackle on that play.
So 2nd and 9 now, 19 seconds to go. This should be the last play of the third quarter. Quad receivers low. Uranga looks high, has a man there. Incomplete, intended for Cuenca.
Yeah, and Ace Clark on the defensive assignment. That time it looks like Ace, he had that little stinger a little bit earlier, and it looks like he's recovered fine from that. Both him and Abe Baldwin came off for just a play, and we think it was a uniform thing. So they must have seen something with both their uniforms. They said, guys, this isn't right.
I think it was knee pad issues. I think that saw them messing with their knee pads on the sideline.
Yeah, very well could have been.
So 3rd and long now for the Trojans here. 12 seconds to go in the third quarter of play. 14-7, Sugar holding on to a 7-point lead. 3 receivers set high, 1 low. Uranga drops back, looks over the middle, has a man open. That's completed to Cuenca. Cuenca to the 25, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Trojans. 62-yard pitch and catch, Uranga to Cuenca.
And how great is that if you're Homedale to go along with the 2 stops you got down near the goal line. 1 to start the third quarter, an interception on the previous possession. Those become even bigger when you have a score like that and a chance to tie this ball game up at the extra point.
Yeah, hit Cuenca right in stride. Kick is up, and the kick is...
Looks good from our angle.
Yep.
It certainly is.
And with 3 seconds to go in the third quarter, we are knotted at 14 here from Middleton High School in what's turning out to be a fantastic championship game.
Taylor Chevrolet is proud to support SugarSalem Athletics. Taylor Chevrolet has been serving the Upper Valley for over 90 years with excellent service and a stellar sales team. Taylor Chevrolet is the home of oil changes for life. That's right, buy any new or used vehicle and never worry about your oil again. Taylor Chevrolet is your Southeast Idaho auto leader with a wide selection of Chevrolet and Cadillac models. Come in today and get the vehicle you want with oil changes for life. Stop by their Rexburg location or visit them online at TaylorChev.com. Pocock Trucking is based in Sugar City, Idaho, but sends trucks all over the western United States and Canada. Pocock Trucking is a full service, and by that we mean they do everything. They haul bulk commodities like feed, fertilizer, grain, and potatoes. They offer minor shop repairs and have a full-service lube bay. They grow potatoes, dairy quality alfalfa, and more. They can even sell you a used truck if you need one. So stop on in and see what Pocock Trucking is all about.
Lucas Hall on the kick. Abe Baldwin and Dawson McAnally deep to return for the Diggers. There's the whistle to play. Hall approaches, puts boot to ball. This is going to be short, could be out of bounds. Yeah, not a great kickoff there. That's going to give the ball to SugarSalem 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and that one didn't roll out of bounds. It actually landed out of bounds. I mean, I know they were trying to go the far side and not get it into McAnally's hands. But just
you
went a little far.
You got to keep it in bounds.
Got to keep it in bounds. That is for sure. Grand Peaks, your community health center, is proud to support our local athletes and keep them healthy on the road to state titles. Grand Peaks, located in St. Anthony, Rexburg, and Idaho Falls, provide affordable medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy services for the entire family. Visit grandpeaks.org online for a full service. Good luck, Diggers, from the staff at Grand Peaks. And, of course, I can give them my personal nod, as Dr. Curtis at Grand Peaks is our family physician, and he is awesome. He's actually delivered a couple of my grandbabies as well.
So 1st and 10 Sugar at the 35-yard line. Trip line up in the back. McAnally this time loaded up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Oh, they're going to give him about half a yard.
Yeah, and that might be generous.
And that's the end of the third quarter play. Your score, SugarSalem Diggers 14, the Homedale Trojans 14 here on IdahoSports.com.
Les Schwab in Homedale, manager Rhett and his crew are committed to getting you back on the road safely. Les Schwab doing the right thing since 1952 with America's best tire warranty. Les Schwab offers better coverage than anyone else with no extra fees for your warranty at more than 550 Les Schwab tire locations. Give them a call today at 208-337-3474 or stop by at 330 Highway 95. Les Schwab in Homedale is a proud supporter of the Homedale Athletics, and they want to wish the boys good luck in the state playoffs. There's no replacement for quality and experience, and that's what Vance Dairy Construction brings to every project it sets out on. Just like the Homedale Trojans, Vance Dairy Construction works hard to get it right the first time, and that's why they have the reputation that makes them the first call when the dairy industry is looking to build, remodel, or repair. Call the team at Vance Dairy Construction to schedule your winter maintenance and renovation projects now. 208-337-3191. Vance Dairy Construction, helping to build Idaho's dairy industry. All of us at Vance Dairy Construction want to wish the Homedale Trojans good luck in state.
So 2nd and long now for SugarSalem to start the fourth quarter play. Just 12 minutes left to decide this ball game.
Yeah, and I don't even think they gave him a half yard on that last play.
It's the handoff to Mace. Mace looking for the edge. Finds it. Short arms the first attempted tackler. Homedale came up with the ball, but the runner was down across midfield.
I think they're saying he's down.
Yeah, to the 43.
And I think he was even out of bounds, but I'll tell you what, if you're Cooper Mace, you have got to hold on to that with two hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? They're coming in and they're trying to strip on every play. They've been so aggressive as Homedale in this second half, and they're going to go after everything. Right now, they got an extra hop in their step. They just scored a touchdown, tied a game up. They've stopped you on your two previous possessions, including the all-important first possession of half number 2.
Yep.
Stopped you right down inside the 2-yard line. This is a Homedale team that is, they're playing for a victory.
Absolutely. And here comes the rain. The rain starts to fall here at Middleton High School. Gardner under center. So the handoff to McAnally. McAnally's going to pick up about 5 yards on the run, bring up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and it was Case Vela that opened up that run again. We talk about the importance of the blockers. You know, we always call the runner's name. But, you know, rarely are we calling those blockers' names, and Case Vela really opened that up in that middle, and then he spun off of Case after opening it up to be able to pick up those extra yards.
So the ball now on the far side hash at the 37-yard line. 11:20 to play in this ball game. Split formation in the backfield. Gardner under center. Hands off to Mace. Mace looking for the edge. This time he's not going to get there, and here comes a penalty. That might be a hold.
Yeah, if it is, it's going to be a hold on Big Clark's sit-away.
Yeah, it's hard to hide it when you're that big.
Yeah. Basically a tackle. Yep, it is. But, you know, they went back to Cooper Mace, and that's been the runner and the consistency He's consistently been able to get around that edge, and of course take away the penalty there. And it was unfortunate for Sugar because the penalty didn't really affect the play. He was already to the outside, but nonetheless, it was the right call. We saw it from here. And but he has consistently been able to get around that edge, and that's something that I think as this game moves on that Homedale's going to have to address is how are we going to defend Cooper Mace on the outside.
So 2nd and 15 now, under center. Dropping back to pass is Gardner, looking for the screen pass and just has to throw it away as he was under pressure. So the attempted screen did not go as planned, and Sugar's now in 3rd and 15.
In fact, nobody was even there on that pass. 3rd and 15, and a lot of yardage to pick up. Now, if you can get this down to about the 35-yard line on the Homedale side of the field, still not a first down, but it's probably go for it range.
Yeah.
But if you're not on their side of the sticks, and right now you're back on your own side or close to your own side of the field, you're just barely in their side of the field, then that's a tough one to go for it, especially for a team that just scored on you.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a big play here on 3rd and 15. Gardner in shotgun, 2 receivers set high and low. Gardner drops back, looks topside, has a man, nearly intercepted. Cuenca was there for it and couldn't find the handle, but knocks it down, brings up 4th and long.
And so Homedale holds for the 3rd consecutive possession.
Yeah.
Big stops. No bigger than those 2 down inside the 5-yard line. One of them a defensive tackle stop, the other one an interception.
And that has swung the momentum to Homedale right now. Tykert on the kick. Deep to return is Luke Henry. High spiral. Hits at the 12. It's going to roll, take a good Sugar bounce down to the 4-yard line. So Homedale will have the ball back with 10.5 to go in the ball game, but they'll be buried deep in their own end.
Yeah, well, and that time you saw Riley Williams turn the right way, and then Davin Carlson finally went and finished it off because they had the chance for that earlier. Now, in the 3rd quarter, they had Homedale back in this position earlier on too, and Homedale completed a great pass to get out, into the open on that. And if you're Homedale, I think one of the things you're telling your kids right now on the sideline is we're winning this half. Right now, we've won this half so far. We've got to keep winning this half.
We'll see what they do here on 1st and 10 from their own 4-yard line. Homedale has had some trouble with the center quarterback snap exchange and shotgun this year.
Well, and with the rain, there it is again. You just talked about it, and that's going to be maybe a touchdown for Sugar.
Touchdown, SugarSalem recovers the ball in the end zone. Trying to see who came up with that.
It was actually number 8 for the Diggers, which is the sophomore Latrell Markle, also part of that state championship baseball team last year. In fact, he scored the go-ahead run that they added a couple more runs after, but he scored the go-ahead run. Well, I'll tell you what, your intuition, talking about the bobble snaps, couldn't have been better. If you have that kind of intuition consistently, you and I are going to Vegas, and I'm going to take you to one of the tables with me.
That may have been a one-off there. Kick is up, and it is good.
But the thing is, and this is what happens, you see Homedale throughout the year. I see Sugar throughout the year. And so one of the things that we know the strengths of our team, but we also know their challenges as well, and that's the thing. You and I were talking about a challenge that Sugar has had, during the early part of the season as well. And it's just we know our teams, and the best thing you can always be is just honest about your group. This is who we are. Here's our strengths. Here's some things that challenge us at times,
And that time the ball just got away from Uranga, and it was Markle able to come up with it for the fumble recovery in the end zone, a touchdown, and give Sugar a 21-14 lead with 10:34 left to go in the ball game.
Did you know that most Idaho students don't drink alcohol or use drugs? That means approximately 9 out of every 10 students and their friends choose to stay abstinence-free in the healthiest and most popular choice. Parents check out beattheparents.org for pro tips. You can have powerful conversations with your kids and teens about the importance of not drinking or using drugs. Talking to your child about expectations when it comes to alcohol and drugs is one of the things most associated with a student making the healthy choices. This message brought to you by the Southwest District Health and Partnerships for Success.
Tykert puts boot to ball. This is going to be returned by Luke Henry from the 15. Henry looking for a lane to run, is not going to find it. He'll be dropped at the 29-yard line, but it'll be first down for the Trojans there with 10:28 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, Caden Nate and Mr. Fleming, talked about him earlier in the game too. Jason Fleming, both get in on that tackle. One of them. Let's see, what are they? I'm curious what they list Fleming as. Yeah, 5'2", and they list Caden Nate as 6'5". So that's call it what you call the short and the tall of it.
The high and the low.
Yeah, that's right. which means if you're the guy carrying the ball, you're going to get hit everywhere.
Yeah. The rain continues to fall here at Middleton. Uranga in shotgun. 2 receivers high, 1 low. Man comes in motion downside. Uranga rolls. Finds Henry out of the backfield. Henry looking for some room to run. And will find some.
Yeah,
He'll be pushed out of bounds at the 35.
Yeah, in fact, he didn't even get hit by a Digger player. He ran out of bounds, and it was actually Case Malmstrom and Cooper Mace that collided over there, teammates that collided on the sideline.
So pickup of 6 yards on the play brings up 2nd and 4.
But, from where we were, because that started so deep in the backfield, that just felt like a lot bigger run than a 6-yard run.
And we've seen that a few times here from Homedale. They like those little passes out in the flat that look like they take up a lot of yards but really don't. So Uranga in shotgun, man behind him. Another hard snap. This time it's Blewett with the carry.
Boy, he's maybe just a yard short of the first down. Brings up an important 3rd down, though.
Yeah, 3rd and 1 to go. 3rd and less than a yard. We'll see what they do here. So 3rd and 1 from the 38-yard line. The Homedale players are trying to get their fans involved in it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's leadership by Caden Lane out there, the senior out there really leading his fans to get in this ball game, guys. And
ball's on the turf again. Yeah, Uranga went to hand it off and just lost the handle.
Yeah.
And it's going to be dropped for a 5-yard loss.
Well, and now what would have been a manageable 4th down if you didn't get the 3rd turns into a 4th and 5 or 4th and at least long 4 in that scenario.
As a center, you have to make a bit of an adjustment here as the rain starts to fall.
Yeah.
Maybe take a little heat off that hot dog as you're snapping that ball
back. That's right.
Back.
Well, and the texture of the ball just changes.
There's the punt. It's away. It's a low-line drive.
Yeah, it's a good punt, though.
Takes a big Homedale bounce. It's going to roll inside the 30 to the 22-yard line. First down, SugarSalem.
If you are someone who enjoys a propane fireplace, you're having problems with your pilot light, unexpected noises, excessive soot, or strange odors, give Fall River Propane a call. They service all makes and models of propane fireplaces. Fall River Propane, your full-service propane provider. Fall River is awesome up there. I don't have propane at my house. I would like to. I live right in Sugar City. I don't have propane at my house. But I need to get out there to Fall River Propane because I'll tell you what, I've never met a person who uses them that doesn't like them. So I got to get out and do that.
First down handoff. Nice pickup on first down.
Cooper Mace.
Yeah,
we've been talking about him. And what did you notice that time with him? He had both hands on that ball, and he was hugging it like a diamond because he did not want that to work its way up.
So first down for SugarSalem at the 34-yard line. 9 minutes to go here in the ball game. Sugar leading by a score of 21-14 in this 4A championship game. Gardner under center, 3 men behind him. It's the handoff again to Mace. Mace again covers it up like a baby and gets through. Second level, third level is finally brought down to midfield. First down for SugarSalem.
I think you look and you see, and other runners have done great. Obviously, Dawson McAnally's done a great job. Abe's done a great job. But right now, consistently, Cooper Mace has been the riddle that hasn't been able to be figured out as far as his running goes. I guess you could say they've gone half the field and got half the field to go since it's exactly on the 50-yard line.
On the near side hash here.
So is that a cup half full or half empty?
I think it's all about perspective. If you're a Homedale fan, it might be half empty right now.
That's true. That's true.
Handoff again to Mace. Mace finds the edge.
Boy, what a great hit. Tell you what a great hit by Nolasco. And Nolasco, they list him as 5'9", 167. They list Cooper Mace as 6'1", 185. There's about a 20-pound difference.
Nolasco won that as Mace is still on the sideline.
He certainly did. Lava Hot Springs, Idaho is your destination for a fun or relaxing day, whichever you choose. Just 11 miles off I-15. Their world-famous hot springs are open now from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and until 11 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees, so you can come and soak your worries away.
The handoff to Baldwin. Baldwin lowers his head up to the 40-yard line. That'll be just enough for a first down, Diggers.
Well, and again, different runner this time, but what did they run? The same play that they run with Cooper Mace. You know, Lava Hot Springs, it says we're always a warm 102 to 112 degrees. There is a big difference between 102 and 112 degrees. I'm one of those guys that falls in the middle of that line, for sure.
Timeout on the field taken by Homedale. That is their first charge timeout, and it comes with 7:31 left to go in the ball game.
Blisters Barbecue has a new location. They have moved 1 mile down the road to the Teton Lakes Golf Course. A small location change brings no changes to the menu, and of course it keeps all the same great employees you've come to love, but now includes double the seating and unlimited parking. Come in for a quick lunch or dinner, or let them help you with your holiday catering. Let Blisters Barbecue take care of that family or work party a breeze. Visit blistersbbq.com/caters for more info. Franklin Building Supply also is a proud supporter of local student athletes and all the building professionals of Eastern Idaho. Their friendly and knowledgeable team is ready to help you make your project a success from start to finish. Franklin Building Supply in Pocatello. It's definitely worth the trip.
So 1st and 10, Diggers at the Trojan 40-yard line here. Looking to maybe put this one away on this drive is SugarSalem. Two possession ball game might be just a bit too much to overcome. Here's the handoff to number 22. That's a new name.
Yeah, that's Ben Aldrich.
Ben Aldrich,
We've called him defensively a lot today. And he will occasionally run the ball as well. The thing is, at 225 pounds, if he gets through your initial line, to stop him at least quick, it becomes a necessity for an ankle tackle.
Yeah.
Because if you try to take him high, that's a big boy to bring down.
He's a bowling ball. So picked up 4 yards on the play, brings up 2nd and 6. As this snap will take place with under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Under center, 3 men behind him is Gardner. Here's the snap, the handoff to Cooper Mace. Mace again dancing and weaving and finds the first down. SugarSalem after a pickup of 7 yards.
Well, we got a number of players vying for that all-important IdahoSports.com player of the game. And as I've said before, we've heard that kids go to blows in the locker room over that award. It's so coveted, you know. It's one of those things they talk about morning and night. And
forget the championship trophy. They want that title of player
That's
of the game.
right. The truth is there's players on both sides that are very worthy of that in this ball game.
So 1st and 10, handoff to Mace. This time he's chopped down in the backfield.
And that's really the tackle you need to do.
That was Caden Lane.
Yeah, Caden Lane, who's been showing a lot of that senior leadership out there on the field for his Homedale Trojans and their fan base.
Loss of 1 on the play brings up 2nd and 11.
I think that's the first loss of yardage on a Cooper Mace carry today that
be,
I can think of. There's been some other plays, but that's the first one I can think of him having loss of yardage on.
So Gardner makes adjustments on the play. Hands the ball off again to Aldrich. And Aldrich stopped just after the line of scrimmage, picks up maybe 1.5 yards on the play, brings up 3rd and long.
And Aldrich, I don't know if you saw, his foot kind of hit the ground. I thought he hyperextended his knee for just a minute.
It was a weird step.
It was an awkward step on that. You know, one of those you expect a player to stay down on the ground for a little while when they're done. It was a great tackle.
So it's going to be 3rd and 8 now. 5.5 to go in the ball game. 21-14, SugarSalem over Homedale. Big defensive play here if you're a Homedale fan. So Gardner under center, 2 men behind him. Man comes in motion down low, and a timeout on the field going to be taken by SugarSalem. They didn't like what they saw on offense, so decided to blow a timeout, get things right.
Well, this is the first time out we've seen in half number 2. So, as we look back in the history of these two teams, Sugar's gone to the state championship 7 years in a row now. In the previous 6 years, these two teams have played 4 times.
Yep.
In the previous 6 years, 3 of those have been on this field. One down in the Dome. Sugar had won 3 state championships, and then they lost, and then trying for another third in a row here if it worked out for them. But the one that they lost in between, of course, came to a team in Homedale's conference out here in the 3rd district. It was Weiser, and it came in double overtime.
Yeah.
And it came on about the 1-inch line
Yes,
in double
stand.
overtime. And it was a goal line stand. It was great. And that was the player that was tackled on that happened to be Carson Harris, who became the all-time leading rusher in SugarSalem football history while he was there. And in fact, he's down on the field helping coach this team right now before he heads out on an LDS church mission to Ohio.
Oh, beautiful Ohio.
Yeah.
There's worse places to go.
I had my father served a mission there, so did my mother. I had a brother that did as well, and then I had a child that served in Quito, Ecuador, but because it was COVID time and Quito was shut down, he spent half his mission in Cincinnati.
Oh. Here's the 3rd down run by Mace. Mace is going to pick up maybe a couple yards. Ooh, ball came out right at the end. The officials called him down. Otherwise, Luke Henry was going to the house.
Right. Well, what happened, you saw him hit his knees on the ground. So he hit the knees on the ground, and then the ball was taken out. But you know what? That's the smart thing to do as a player.
Yeah.
You run, and you make the ref determine whether he was down or not. Doesn't matter what we see from our angle. Doesn't matter what the other players think. You make the official take that call, and that's exactly what happens. They come out of that pile and said, hey, we did everything it took to get this ball.
Brings up 4th and 4 now from the 20-yard line.
And if you are if you're Homedale, you're only down a score. You're not out there. Here comes in the big sophomore, Everett Poole, another 300-pounder for Sugar. But now he comes back off the field.
Yeah, they initially sent out the field goal unit. Tykert was on his way out there.
Yeah, and maybe we still might see the field goal unit. It might be where they try to draw him off sides and get that penalty, and then. But now they've used another timeout. This is their second timeout.
So Sugar down to 1 timeout. Homedale has 2 left.
But I think you might see him try to draw him off sides, and then if not, possibly kick that field goal. But I think if you're Sugar and you keep this, I think you give it to one of 2 people right here. I think you run Abe Baldwin to the outside slot, or you run Cooper Mace to the outside slot. To one of them, just because. Just because that's what's worked for you. You know. And because where has Homedale got their important stops on those drives earlier in the second half? It's been in the middle. When you've tried to run that middle, they have been absolutely stingy for the runners in there.
The rain really starting to come down now. Even driven the SugarSalem statistician off the roof.
Yes, it did. They're joined now by Ted Parkinson from SugarSalem.
So 3rd and 4 now. Gardner under center, 3 men behind him. The wind is pounding the windows in front of us as McElhenney goes up. That's going to be, what is that going to be?
Close.
That's going to be close.
We've, for as much as we've called McAnally's name in this game, that's one of only a couple times here in half number 2, and he gets the first down. It looked like he might have got it, but it was hard to tell from exactly where we were looking at it at.
Yeah, the rain is definitely obscuring our ability to call this a little bit, so be patient with us, folks.
Yeah, it's not only affecting the game, it's affecting our view as well.
So 1st and 10 from the 15. There's the handoff to Mace. Mace picks up maybe a yard on the play.
I finally went down to my seat because I can see better through the screen than I can the window.
My window won't open. My window does not open.
So you can tell people, the end of the game for me was a little blurry.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, and most people are going to look and say, "What, you don't have a drug habit or alcohol habit?"
I was wearing my contacts.
Different type of blur.
So 3:18 left to go in the ball game. It is 2nd and 7 to go.
Well, all week
Help
long,
me out here on the play-by-play a little bit.
All week long, it showed rain. It just didn't. It just changed a lot. We finally get it here in the fourth quarter. Up the middle they go. It's McAnally. He's going to go in for a touchdown.
Touchdown, SugarSalem. McAnally on the 13-yard run.
Well, I can't look out the screen too much because all the rain's coming in now.
So the 13-yard run from McAnally may put a lid on this.
Well, he's got 3 of their touchdowns today. All of them the running variety. He is a receiver as well. I think he's listed as the second leading receiver on the team behind Baldwin. It's just Sugar is a run-heavy team this year.
Here's the PAT try. Snap down, kick up, kick. It's
good.
So with 3 minutes left to go in the ball game, SugarSalem Diggers 28, the Homedale Trojans 14 here on IdahoSports.com.
You know, one of the things we ought to do, we ought to pay a kid to have a squeegee outside of windows when we know it's going to be rainy, so they can just keep.
You know all these folks. See what they have.
or just install some wipers, on each one of these windows. There is our $1 million idea.
It is right there.
Clay, that's it. We're going to retire.
This is our last game for IdahoSports.com.
We're going to create.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we're just talking
Windows rolling out, windows opening out instead of up.
Yeah, talking to Ted Parkinson here from SugarSalem. He's their statistician. Of course, when Ted was a junior in high school, he played on a Sugar team that went to the state championship game. They did not win it 7 years ago. It was the first time they won it. However, they honored that team this year. They came back. The 1984 team came back. Ted was a junior on that team, graduated in 85. But that team was honored because I believe they were the first to ever play in the state championship game for SugarSalem. So kind of a neat thing to be a part of.
So Homedale has 3 minutes, 2 timeouts, and an uphill battle here. There's the kickoff. It's going to be short. It's going to be Luke Henry at the 19-yard line. Henry up the middle, has some room to run, is finally tackled at the 32-yard line, where it'll be first down, Homedale.
And it's the sophomore backup quarterback, Frank Fillmore, makes the tackle. He's just a sophomore. He's got a brother. They dang near look like twins. That's a freshman. He's my son's age. And he's the quarterback for the he's a running back for the freshman team. His brother's the quarterback, starting quarterback JV, and backup quarterback for varsity. A good family. Of course, a lot of you remember the 4 Fillmore sisters that came through that all played basketball, won a few state championships for Crystal Carpenter and her group during that time. Yes, it's the same family. They just ended the family with 2 boys.
3 receivers high, 1 low, looking down for Cuenca, and incomplete.
Yeah.
Just overthrew him a little bit. Good coverage downfield, though.
Yeah, and both the defender, Ace Clark, and the receiver had actually almost kind of a 50-50 on that ball. Either one of them could have potentially come down with that. And it wasn't like they were necessarily jostling for position. It just happened to be one of those passes that you could have come down with.
Just a pass right there between the 2 of them. So 2nd and 10 now. 2:49 left to go in the ball game. Snap on the ground. Uranga picks it up, rolls top side, throws the ball, has a receiver open over there.
Is that bad? You see Sugar right now in a prevent defense. Just not to give up anything deep. So they're giving up stuff underneath, which means, Homedale's going to move it down the field, barring a snap problem. That time, it wasn't like it was a bobbled snap. The snap just went to the ground. It just wasn't high enough for Uranga to get it, so not a quarterback issue.
That could be just the ball getting wet and slick.
I think so, too. Because you're trying to snap at the same speed, but the texture on the ball is different than it was to start the ball game.
So 3rd and 2 now for Homedale. Uranga alone in the backfield. Drops back, looks across the middle, has a receiver open there. That's Rafa Cuenca, and Cuenca picks up a first down for the Trojans.
Yeah, it went right off the outstretched hands of Case Malmstrom, who had kind of a shot to tip it there, but that shows the accuracy of Uranga and what we've talked about with him is that, hey, I'm going to throw this pass the way I need to throw it. If you tip it down, so be it. But he did a great job.
2.5 left to go in the ball game. Uranga drops back, looks deep, has a receiver there. Went up, came down with it.
That's a catch.
Is that a catch?
That is a catch.
That absolutely is a catch. Great reception there by somebody wearing a red uniform. Looked like Cuenca again.
The the safety for Sugar was looking and saying, no, he's out of bounds. But you know what? It looked good from our angle.
Yeah.
The ref called it inbounds, and there is no replay.
No,
in
not yet anyway.
In high school football.
Quad receiver set low. Uranga rolls that way. Unloads near side. Incomplete, intended for Cuenca, but that one just scraped the turf. 2:25 left to go in the ball game. Homedale trailing by 2 scores. So 2nd and 10 now. They just announced the trophy presentation taking place immediately after the game. Everybody stay off the field.
Now watch, it rains during the all fourth quarter. Maybe it stops after the game.
Yeah, yeah. As we're packing our
Yeah.
gear out, that would be amazing. So 2nd and 10, 2 receivers high, 3 low. Uranga drops straight back, has some time, throws off his back foot. That ball is tipped and intercepted by SugarSalem. First down, Diggers.
Yeah.
And that's number 1, Cooper Mace.
I'll tell you, Cooper Mace, who has just had, here he is, a senior. He's had some good games, but he hasn't had a game like this. And you know, for him, he's looking to saying, this is a good way to walk off the field my senior year. He's the youngest in the family, the only boy in the family, with some older sisters that have been good athletes in their own right at SugarSalem, particularly volleyball and some basketball. Their dad grew up in St. Anthony, went to South Fremont High School right there just up the road, one of Sugar's rivals. Of course, Mom is from the great city of Malad, Idaho. Do you know the Malad mascot?
It's the Dragons,
The
baby.
Dragons, that's right. The Malad, that's a unique mascot, and I'll tell you in just a moment how they got that.
So 1st and 10, Gardner under center. Tripp set up behind him. Here's the handoff to Baldwin. Baldwin gets through the first tackle, shuffles off another tackle. He's still on his feet across the 35 to the 40. He's putting on the Jets across the 40 to the 35. The 30 finally brought down. I think his legs gave out at about the 25-yard line. Big first down for SugarSalem.
So the Malad Dragons got their name. There are no dragons in Malad. You know, back in the early 1900s, most schools didn't have a mascot. They just went by their school name.
Yeah.
Teams started to get them. They ordered some basketball jerseys, and when they came, they had a dragon on them. And it said Dragons. They were the wrong uniforms. That's actually how they got their names. They started calling themselves the Malad Dragons. That was how they got. But back in 1987, I was a junior in high school. Malad and Homedale played for the state championship in football that year. Homedale won it. It was called the Battle of the O's. Does that make any sense? You know why? They're the only 2 counties in Idaho that start with an O. So it was the 1-0 license plate and the 2-0 license plate. Oneida and Owyhee counties. So it was the Battle of the O's.
So here's the handoff to Cooper Mace. Mace picks up about 4 yards on the run as we are down under a minute and a half to go. The clock's still running. And since Homedale's not using timeouts, this could just be victory formation time here.
Buck 10 on the clock. And I don't imagine if Sugar does kneel on it, I don't imagine Homedale's going to use their timeouts. Ben Aldrich.
1st and 10, Gardner. Again, that 3 setup running backs behind him. And he does go to the knee with 45 seconds left, so they'll have to do it one more time, but that will be ball game.
And for SugarSalem, once again, in this matchup, they'll win it. And I'll tell you what, guys, these matchups, don't you look at how these games have ended up now 5 years of the last 7 that these 2 teams have played and think that means one program was dominant over another. These games have been close. I mean, there was a year where it took a stop on the 2-yard line for Sugar to win it, the first time they matched up. On the final play of the game, took a 2-yard run stop to do that. Another year, Homedale was winning the entire game. Sugar came back and took the lead, and they threw to their tight end down in the far corner where we are. He had not missed a pass all game long. It goes off his fingertips out of bounds. Sugar wins. Those are primarily, with the exception of the game in the ICCU Dome, that has been primarily how SugarSalem has won these games.
And that is a final, ladies and gentlemen. Your score, the SugarSalem Diggers 28, the Homedale Trojans 14. And congratulations to the Diggers, your 2024 4A state champions. Well, we're going to step aside just briefly and then come back with our IdahoSports.com player of the game and then wrap things up here from Middleton High School. Don't go anywhere, folks.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Welcome back as SugarSalem wins their sixth state championship in 7 years. They won 3 in a row, lost in double overtime in the state championship game the year between that, and now have won 3 in a row as well. And it's becoming the sequel of a movie that just ends with Rocky Balboa somehow winning at the end. That's what it's like.
Yeah. Well, just one thing to do before we wrap things up, and that's to present today's player of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether you're on the field or on the road. Be in the moment and free from distractions. And we had a short discussion, but decided at the end of it that our player of the game was?
Well, we're going to give it to Cooper Mace. And I'll tell you what, no question, Dawson McAnally with those 3 touchdowns. What a great game he had. Cooper Mace stepped up and had the game of his life. And I think without Cooper Mace, that maybe Sugar doesn't have a chance to score a couple of those touchdowns that they had. He took him down the field, and then, of course, he ends it off with an interception to give the ball back to Sugar for that final possession that they end up kneeling out as they get down the field. So I think Cooper Mace is more than worthy of the IdahoSports.com player of the game.
Well, this has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2024 Idaho High School Football Postseason, brought to you by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal Idaho College Savings Program, Valleywide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, Dip Fusion Helmet Reconditioning, the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, today's Power Boosters, Meridian Plumbing, Evade Pest Management, RST Inc., College of Western Idaho, Hawaii Sand and Gravel, Crapo Trucking, Flam Funeral Home, Grand Peaks Healthcare, Sunglow of Idaho Inc., Pro Pete Fertilizer, Pocock Trucking, Helena Agri Enterprises, Taylor Chevrolet, and our local sponsors.
It's Taylor Chevrolet again, Pocock Trucking, Grand Peaks Medical, Blisters Barbecue, Fall River Propane, Franklin Building Supply, Lava Hot Springs, Farm Bureau Insurance, RST Incorporated, Snake River RV Resort, Madison Napa Auto Parts, Les Schwab in Homedale, Vance Dairy Construction, and of course, it is your BeTheParents.org.
Well, special thanks again to Athletic Director Andy Ankeny and everyone here at Middleton High School for their hospitality and help in getting this game broadcast to you. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. That is #1 and state champion Cooper Mace. Thanks again for joining us as the SugarSalem Diggers defeat the Homedale Trojans by a final score of 28-14 to claim the 2024 4A state championship. For my broadcast partner, Lance Taylor, and everyone behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, I'm Clay Hatfield. And don't get too comfy, folks, because basketball season's right around the corner here on IdahoSports.com. We'll hope to see you then. Bye-bye.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use